Hello everyone, my name is Cheese, and today we will be doing something that I'm very excited about, which is tier ranking season 2 of the wonderfully weird world of Gumball. Woo! I am so excited to talk about all of this because first of all, I had no idea that they would release season 2 so close after season 1, less than a year after. I wasn't expecting that. But I call it cuz link in the cards because I made a video about season 1, but at the time I was under the impression that each season would be 40 episodes like the old series, but with how it's labeled on Disney Plus, with this being season 2 and the other one being season 1, it has led me to believe that each season is just going to have 20 episodes. Which is fine, I just didn't know that was the case. Because in my first video I labeled it like part 1, but it's not, it's just season 1. Like, I changed the title of the video, but the thumbnail I didn't change. So this is season 2. Whether you want to call this season 7.5 or season 8, I don't know, but you know what? We know what's going on here. But, yeah. I mean, if you've been on the channel before, you kind of know how this is gonna go, so I'm not gonna go too long on about that, but the only thing different from my last video is we have less tiers now. We only have peak, great, good, and hell. That's all we have. Because as I was actually looking at these and ranking them, I'm like, that's all we need. You will see later that it's just there's just more episodes going into a specific tier. But it's there's none that I feel that lukewarm about before. Because I think I had a mid tier in the other video. But yeah, I don't feel that lukewarm about anything. So I have pretty solid opinions about everything, and I have been mulling over this for a long time because the last few it's almost been a month. It's almost been a month because it's January 21st as I'm recording this. And the season came out December 22nd, so it's we've been deep in the trenches for a month, and this video is gonna be me finally wrapping up my Gumball madness. So, yeah. So let's get right into this, shall we? Because this is going to be a long one, so strap in. And of course, the obvious disclaimers of this is all my opinion, this is not the objective truth, so don't get too salty about it. And this is all good fun, for the most part. This is good fun for the most part, so I'm not going insane too much, it's just this is what I do for fun. And I get excited about Gumball very easily, but yeah, we're just having fun here. So, we're just gonna get right into this, alright? With the summoning. Oh. Again, this was a great episode to start us off with. Kind of like what the burger was like for season 1. But I love the summoning. I hate to say it's a cute episode. It's I find this cute because the concept. Okay, just the concept of it is just so cool. It's we have Terry, Masami, and Claire, which is a group that we don't. Have we ever seen those three specifically? No, because Claire. The thing is, Claire is not usually associated with Gumball's class. She's technically in Anais' class, so it's we do not see those types of characters interact at all. I think this is the first time we have an episode around it. But if you're thinking a witch coven, you would mostly think of Claire. She would do that. And Masami and Terry, it's I wouldn't have guessed it. I would think Terry, obviously, but I understand this dynamic. It's as the girl power group of witches, it's sure, why not? What make me the happiest out of everything is when he's with the girls, like first skin like introduced into their coven, and then Darwin's like, I'm not scared about like the supernatural stuff because being with Carrie has made me like desensitized to it type of thing. And I'm like, that is literally the best way they could have like incorporated him into this plot. Like this is why this makes so much sense. It's like Darwin doesn't care because Carrie exposes him to so much shit just like often. And I'm like, yep, yep. But like the whole concept of this, of like the girls have, I don't think they built it, their coven specifically for the school, but it is kind of implied that they already had their coven before like this conflict occurred. So they're all in like the yearbook club, and the egg guys specifically are like being like a dictator over their club, and basically shelving the girls off to do like menial tasks while like other people, I think specifically a Banana Joe, like Xerox copying his asshole. Listen, why not? He would do that anyway. But and like the egg guys like employing like less qualified male students to like fill the positions, but the girls are just kicked to the side to sharpen pencils because the eggs are on a power trip or something like that. It's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because where Darwin comes into play is he wants to be the photographer for the yearbook, as is shown in like the beginning scene where like where Gumball is like, oh, who is that? And it's like, oh, that's Miss Simeon, and he fucking dies. It's like, oh my god. But like Darwin has a gift for photography, which obviously hasn't been brought up till this point. But I think it's so cool that we basically give Darwin like different things to do, because to have him like have hobbies and like stuff he likes like outside of Gumball specifically, like that is, I love to see like Darwin like basically be his own person, because as we see here, Gumball is not really present in this episode a lot. Like he's there, he's literally just there. It's like the girls and Darwin are just like running the show. And I think we need more of that, where it's not, it's like we give Darwin something to do, like as an independent person. It's like we need more Darwin episodes, like specifically where Gumball is not really there. We need more of that because it just shakes things up. It like gives characters more time to develop and stuff, because I feel like we do get like more Darwin development in this episode, specifically with him having his photography hobby and like making new friends and stuff like that. I just think this whole idea is just so cool, which is why I really enjoy this. And it's like I find this mostly cute because it's like the girls and Darwin are having their like girl boss moment, being like girl boss witches or whatever, and Darwin's being like girly pop about it because they're all wearing like these outfits that are like so cool. It's like I love when they put characters in like different looks and outfits, and you can put Darwin in a wig anytime and I will eat it up because he looks so cute. But where like the true conflict comes into play here is like how they make a potion to basically grant them their club positions that they want by cursing the other members and stuff. But it's Masami specifically that goes on a power trip, and she's like abusing the potion to make herself stronger, to specifically seek revenge against those who took the ugly picture of her from last year's yearbook. Because that's the whole thing of like last year's yearbook is like an evil spirit type of thing, and Masami is trying to get revenge on people. So it's kind of like don't use your power slash magic for evil because it will like backfire type of thing. Because like it's all well and good until Masami starts like getting in her head about that. But I actually really enjoy that because out of the three of them, it would be Masami to do something like that. Like, this is so some shit she would do. Because, you know, she's like preppy and kind of like. I don't want to. Arrogant, kind of? Like, she would definitely care about how, like, her public image type of thing. So, like, this totally makes sense. Darwin, Terry, and Claire are then like trying to like persuade Masami out of her like basically a fit of rage as she turns into like a big storm cloud and is like cursing everybody. And they're trying to use like oh please, this isn't you. You can't abuse your powers like that. But it takes Darwin specifically is the one that actually solves this conflict because he reverts the old yearbook photo to something more flattering. It kind of like this is like the perfect tie into like the beginning of Darwin's passion for photography, or like his skill fixes this problem. And then basically Masami learns to let it go and burns the yearbook or whatever. And it's like oh, it's like friendship, like girl friendship. Let's work as a team. Let's not use our powers for evil. And it's like it's so cute. It's really sweet. Not to even mention that Gumball's goth outfit comes back. I'm pretty sure that's from season 2, but he's like, "Can I join your covenant?" He pulls up like that. Only criticism is he was not wearing the black lipstick. Why not? Why not? He needs to have it on for it to be biblically accurate. So yeah, I really enjoy this and I think it's super cute. So I think I'm gonna put it in great. Like this was so weird because I was like low key concerned putting in peak, but I think peak needs to be a more sacred tier. It's like I really enjoy this, but it's like anything in peak's gotta like change my brain chemistry type of thing. But rest assured, I love the summoning. It is such a fun episode. But shut no. Okay, this hurts me very specifically. The unfollow, like, no. Okay, we need to. This is specifically painful for me because I was so excited because I'm like, oh my god, a Sarah episode. I love Sarah as a character. I want to see what they do with her in this new series. You know what they fucking did? Butcher the fuck out of her. Oh my god. Like, where do I even begin besides like this fucking sucks ass and I don't like any of this. Okay. I need to refer to my notes so I don't lose the plot. But what the fuck is going on? Like legitimately. Because if you must know, probably my biggest gripe with all of this is the plot just doesn't make sense. Like the worst episodes of Gumball is when the plot just doesn't make sense for anyone involved. And it's just like, what are we doing here? I'm thinking of like the dress from season 1. It's like if we get just a fuck ass concept to begin with, and it's not even like like if we were to do something stupid like this, it's like could you at least execute it in a way that would make it at least worth my sanity because it's not. Because get this, the entire plot of Gumball and Darwin notice that Sarah isn't stalking them anymore. So they get sad that she's not stalking them anymore because they crave her attention. So they basically act like a couple of TV producers pitching ideas to win her back. I mean, it getting meta like that's not the worst thing in the world, but it's like. But then when they find out that Sarah's been fucking with them the entire time, and then she instantly switches back to being like more deranged than she's ever been, and that's only when they realize that this was a bad fucking idea. And then it's just like I hate this so much. Because you know why I hate this? What the character motivations of Gumball and Darwin specifically, because this doesn't make sense from any other Sarah episode that we have seen up to this point for them to respond that way, okay? Like, they don't like Sarah. They do not want Sarah to do this to them. They do not want Sarah to, like, stalk them, sniff them, film them while they get undressed, or, like, steal their toenail clippings or whatever the fuck she does. It's like they don't want her to do that. Like, it's not like they hate Sarah. necessarily. It's just like they want her to be like a little less insane towards them. And it's like if we must put it into like the most like a realistic perspective, the concept, okay, the concept of missing your obsessive stalker because you are deprived of their attention. What the fuck is going on? Like, are we fucking serious? Like, literally, what the fuck are we doing? Because do you know what that sounds like? Fucking bullshit. Because nobody that actually has stalkers or has experienced something like that would fucking think like that. It's not like. And the thing is, when they kind of like dialed up Sarah's like insanity to like 12 in this episode specifically, this isn't fun. It's not like she's like just drawing pictures of them in her diary in private and like writing fan fiction about them or whatever. It's like she's literally like following them around and like taking pictures of them and like sniffing them. It's like this is like dangerous, creepy territory. So why are we like making light of it? It's like, oh, I miss her so much because I'm such an attention whore. It's like, are we fucking kidding me? What I will say is like Gumball specifically. I don't know about Darwin, but for Gumball specifically, him being an attention whore makes sense. Okay, he just is. He loves attention, but I feel like that characteristic can only go so far. Like in this situation, would he think that? No. Like he craves attention, but it gets to a point where it's like a situation like this would not warrant that type of reaction. You kind of see what I mean? It's like the thing is he would be sad for someone ignoring them or for someone ignoring him like Rob did in the X, for example. Like we would understand why he would do that in like a situation like that. But for a situation like this, it doesn't work. Like it simply doesn't because it's like because Gumball and Rob have always been framed as like playful nemesis. Even though like a lot of shit happens, it's like it's Gumball and Rob. It's like we understand their dynamic better and they're kind of like frenemies type of thing. For Sarah, it's like she's a fucking creep. At least Rob's not a creep. Like, cause even like to quote, it's like I haven't noticed her dig through our trash, camp out outside a window, or bit in our girlfriends in a while. And it's like why she bites people? Okay. But it's like why would you miss somebody that does all that type of shit? And it takes her unfollowing them on like Elmore Plus for them to like break. It's like ugh. But it's like the thing is I know Sarah is a creepy character and is like always been portrayed as one. It's just I feel like the specific cartoony villain type of persona they got going for her, specifically with like the heavy nasally breathing and like the really creepy faces she pulls. It just that's not the way to do it if you want her to appear more threatening. Because I have no problem with her appearing more threatening. Because I feel like they should have done that in the beginning. Because I understand, I can kind of understand now that, like, in the old series, it's like, did they downplay, like, what kind of situation Sarah is involving Gumball and Darwin in? Like, I feel like this episode actually takes it seriously enough. It doesn't. It's kind of weird, but it's like you want her to be taken more seriously by Gumball and Darwin and the audience specifically, but the way you are doing it by making her this like flanderized, kooky kind of character, it's like a kind of nulls that effect, and it just makes it like uncomfortable in a way that's not appropriate for this situation. Like it should make the audience uncomfortable in like an unnerving like horror like way, but not in like a oh what is going on type of way, because that's the way I felt at least. But I must admit like like her actual plan where she has her AI generated furry boyfriend Sagi Kun like be like this fake man that she makes up and shows Gumball and Darla. It's like, I'm obsessed with him now, and I'm not even interested in you. And she's like playing hard to get in that type of way. We don't know exactly like what's the reason why she's doing this, but it's like okay, she would do that anyway. And then when she finally like sees them reach wits end in their attempt, she finally reveals her plot. Just to I must say the chase scene I both love and hate it because it's like it is so creepy, but it's like is it creepy in the right way? I don't know. It's just like Sarah being gross is not my favorite thing. They just made her really gross. It's the only like word I can use to describe. It's like they just made her like really gross, like drooly and mouth breather. It's like I don't know about that, but another thing I don't the whole idea of like Gumball and Darwin acting as like TV executives to make up plans to win Sarah's attention back as if they're like running a TV program and are trying to come up with tactics to recapture their audience. Because the thing is, it's like, I feel like the way this was executed is just not good. Like, straight up. It's not like they can't do a concept like this, but it's like it's kind of like this section is like they forgot who they're writing for. Because I'm thinking specifically like Gumball's monologue when they're like, we want to basically right before the Skibbity toilet moment, which I don't give a fuck if they reference Skibbity toilet. I'm too old for that shit. I don't even know what that is. So I'm not mad about it like I've seen a lot of people be. But anyway, that's not important. Like Gumball's monologue before that point where he's like talking about like what the youth likes today and like how they're like passionate about mental health and stuff, it's like those aren't his words coming out of his mouth. Like it is, but it's not written that way. It's like they literally took some text from some other source material and just made Gumball read it. Like it's like down to the sentence structures and like the language that he's used. It's just like that is not how he talks. Like dead ass. Because it feels so out of place. Like this whole thing feels so out of place. It's like, does this make sense for the characters to do? Like, would they come up with a bunch of crazy things to win Sarah's attention back if we were to roll with this plot? Yeah, they would. But it's like the specific framing of like this too meta type of thing that it just falls very flat for me. Again, it's the execution, it's not the idea itself. It's just like it felt forced. I guess that's the best word I can use for it, is it just felt forced. It's like you're trying to cram all these like specific references and like meta references into this story, but it just seems like you're just trying too hard to like be current or whatever. It's like I'm never opposed to them like doing stuff like that, but I feel like this again, this specific situation is like I don't like it. It's not all bad, but it's just like I see the vision, I just don't like how it was done. It's it's just like they wouldn't do this. They wouldn't do any of this shit again. If we're being realistic, if they found out that Sarah wasn't like stalking them anymore, they'd probably be very happy about it, and like they can just be normal friends with her or something. It's like in reality, that's what would happen. But everything about this feels so forced just to make this plot work, when the plot itself is already so bad. It's like, please stalk me. I need attention. Hee hee. Please give me self validation. Please. It's like shut the fuck up. It's like what kind of message are you trying to send? Because I am a firm believer that Gumball is just not a show where it's like it doesn't mean anything, or it's not trying to mean anything. Like, no, this means something. And I don't like the vibes that I'm getting from whatever they're trying to say. It's just really unsettling, is all I could say. And all this build up just for them to have to do a wiki fan Q&A with Sarah, which is ask them stupid questions. It's like all of that just for that. God damn. It's like I don't mind the twist if it's like, oh, we think she's gonna do something sinister, but it's really just like an innocent thing. But it's just like I don't. There's worse in this new series than this. Because this is the lowest ranked one that I'm going to put on here. So this is the worst we got, and it's just because the story and like the characterizations are just kind of fucked up. It's not. There's some questionable undertones to this anyway, but it's not like the distance levels of horrible. It's not. So it's like, you know what? If this is the worst we got, then so be it. But they ruined my girl Sarah, I'm afraid, because she is like this for the rest of the season. So I'm like, ah, yeah, straight to hell with that one, and that was a very easy decision to make. Oh my god. Anyway, moving on from that. Oh my god. Okay, holy switch up, because this is one of my favorite episodes, like, ever. Shut the fuck up. Okay, the promposal is my favorite of the season. My favorite of the new series, and at least top 5 of all time. Okay, fight me, I don't care. This is holy fucking peak. Dear God, okay, so where do we even begin? If you know me, I'm a big Pinball fan, so this is half the bias towards why this is holy peak. Because this is the best Penny they've ever written. Like, hands fucking down. This is the best Penny ever. Like, we did see some of Penny in the astrological last season, but I feel like this is a Penny episode. Like, this is her time to shine, mostly by herself. Like, yes, she is obviously trying to propose to Gumball. So like, Gumball is there, obviously, but it's not like he's having like major direct influences besides like the main conflict over what she's doing. Like he never asked her to firebomb the playground. He never asked her to dress as a meatloaf and dance in the cafeteria. He certainly never fucking asked her to fake her own death. It's like she did that all on her own accord, just because she loves Gumball so much that she goes fucking crazy and will do the most to make him impressed. It's like, oh my god, I love it. I love it so much because Chaotic Penny is like my Roman Empire, like, forever. Because the idea that she's even self-aware of it in the episode itself is like she is aware that she can be perceived as like born vanilla goody two shoes, but it's like she's not really. It's like she may appear that way, but deep down she is really a chaotic beast. And this episode being just like a beautiful showcase of how insane Penny can be over Gumball specifically is very good for Muscle specifically. It's just like I feel like this episode almost more than anything. I think the shell is just like the gold standard of Penball. It just is. But it's like a showcase of why Penny and Gumball work well together as a couple, because it's not like Gumball's the crazy one and then Penny's like the plain Jane, like default love interest kind of girl. Because this episode very much gave Penny a personality. Like they just did. They gave Penny her own personality in this episode. Not saying she didn't have any before, but we've never seen it to like this degree, where they write Penny as a more like 3-dimensional character, even further than when she first came out of her shell. All right, because it's just so much fun. Like we needed this. I think everyone needed this. Everyone needed this from Penny as like a chaotic girl representation or some shit. I don't know. But it's basically like you can be a nice, sweet girl, but it's like you got some type of edge to you that even Darwin's like, what the fuck are you doing? Because if we can even get into this, which heals like generational trauma within me, is like Darwin working with Penny to save her sanity, okay? Because we all know in like the old series, it's like Darwin hated Penny. Like he just fucking did. Like there's whole episodes about that. It's like he is so jealous of Penny for like taking Gumball's attention, and like he like tries to sabotage them and shit because he feels left out. I never liked that. I never fucked with that at all. It's like, Darwin, chill out. Chill the fuck out. But this episode is probably the first time ever that we've seen Darwin actually work with Penny with good intentions. Like, oh my god, shut up. This is so perfect because as we see Darwin filming all of her shenanigans, and he's just like, dude, don't let Gumball get into your head because he's gonna make you do some crazy shit. And you know what? She does it anyway. It's like Darwin is trying his best as like from an empathetic standpoint because he knows what it's like to get fucked up by Gumball by all of the crazy plans he has. That he's like, I don't want this to happen to somebody else because I know you're better than that. The thing is, we feel like Darwin knows that Penny is quote unquote better than that or whatever that could mean to him. But no, Penny is no better than Gumball, like technically in this sense, and it's just like that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing for her, basically for her to match his freak, okay? That's the only way I could describe it. She's just a freak in this episode, and it's just perfect. Not even to mention that we do have some Carwin in here. Because, like, yes, Darwin is there to help Penny, but Carrie's, like, also, she's kind of just there, but, you know, she is present in this episode. Where, when she proposed to Darwin by, like, pretending to be, like, an evil spirit or something, and then Darwin's like, wow, that was so romantic. It's like, you know what? For whatever they're doing with Carrie right now, I really like that. That is so cute. But this whole thing of, like, Gumball has such high expectations for Penny to propose to him that it literally drives her insane. And she fakes her own death as her final attempt to impress him. It's like, oh, that's so good. As soon as I saw this, I think it was like in this season summary or something where they mentioned Penny faking her death for a proposal. I'm like, oh, this is gonna fuck me up. This is gonna fuck me up, I'm afraid. And you know what? It did. It did so well. Oh my god. Because I feel like Gumball having, like, feeling this way, kind of being oblivious to it, because obviously he doesn't know till the end that Penny was doing all of this. But him being insane doesn't piss me off, because it's like, you know what, yeah. He's just a lover boy. He just wants all the romantic things, and he wants it to be so special. It's just like, yeah, he would do that for her. But you know, it gets even better because fucking Tobias shows up. I think this is one of my favorite episodes. It's just because I have all my favorite characters in here. Because we have Gumball, Penny, Tobias, Darwin, and Carrie. It's like, oh my god. Like, literally, those are all my favorite characters. And I absolutely love when they interact. Specifically, Gumball, Penny, and Tobias. It's like the cursed love triangle we got going on here is just like, I love to see it. I love to see it anytime it comes up because it's basically Tobias being a freak in the background trying to like outdo the promposal because he wants to win over Penny. And Tim being like this gremlin man, like breathing heavy in the corner as he's like spying on her, like the moment where he announces that he's gonna do it. It's just like, oh, that is so good. Because again, he do that. The thing I love about this episode is that literally everything makes sense for every character, and I'm just like, oh, that's a beautiful thing. Especially coming off of the Unfouled, this was like being rehydrated. It was wonderful. It's like things make sense again. I love to see it. And I cannot state enough like how many just iconic moments from this episode there are because I have these on rotation in my head at all time. Because Penny's first like instinct to dress as a meatloaf to propose to Gumball, it's just like why? We don't know why. We just roll with it because Why the fuck not? But and then when Gumball is like, "Girl, no offense, but like you're a mess." When he talks like that, oh, because he obviously he doesn't know that's Penny in that suit, so he's thinking you're just some random person. But like I'm taken, and girl, you're a mess. Like it's given standing outside the mall. It's like, oh my god, that was so funny. Whenever Gumball does shit like that, I'm like, yes, please. And then like when Tobias enters the room and it's like, oh, let's make it a party, and then I want to propose to you, and then Darwin just fucking kicks him across the room. Oh, that was great. And Darwin has some of the best fucking lines in this episode because he just kills me. Where he's like, I thought of you as the more mentally balanced one in this relationship. Like, oh my god. Don't go too hard on her, Darwin, damn. And it's like the whole thing of like Darwin basically being Penny's voice of reason is just incredible. It's like I kind of wonder if it's like they made Penny type like a Gumball type character to Darwin here, because he's like talking to her like he would talk to Gumball. Like you're acting like Gumball. I know you're better than this. Like don't let him get to you, or he's gonna make you like him type of thing. It's like oh that's so good. But specifically when he's like, don't entertain his crackpot fantasies. I'm like, excuse me, what the that was so good. I'm like that. It's not like a vulgar thing to say because I actually had to like look it up what it meant. Because I'm like, is this a slang for something? I don't know. No, it just means you're crazy, and I'm like, it's just so funny. It's coming out of Darwin's mouth is the funniest shit to me. And then when he's like, you two definitely deserve each other, as he's like filming the playground burning down, and then Penny's like, oh, that could have gone better. It's like, too bad Gumball didn't see because he was in the bathroom. Girl, that's your biggest concern right now. And then, like, every attempt that Penny does, like, Tobias tries to follow up on it, but it's like he keeps flopping like he does. And it's like, I love seeing him fail. My favorite thing is to watch Tobias flop, and this episode had that tenfold. And it's like every scene just has something in it that just lives in my head. Because even, like, after the fire scene where like Penny and Darwin are at the lockers and like he's like holding their hands like look Penny about to give her like the heart to heart, and then Gumball just bursts out of the bathroom after she said that he's been in the bathroom, so that was just fun that they actually continued on with that. And then he's like, did you hear about that creep who firebombed the playground while trying to propose? I feel like the beat and like the line delivery of that kills me every single time. It's just like, oh my god. And like, kind of like the lead up to the climax when Penny, Darwin, and Carrie are in the library. And then like Darwin's giving her like the real heart to heart, like, listen, I love Gumball, but he has a hole that can never be filled, and he's very bad for your health. So please stop doing this shit before someone gets seriously injured or worse. And then you know what Betty does? She's like, okay, fucking bet. That is a great idea, and that's what makes her fake her own death, is because out of everything Darwin told her, that's the one fucking thing she took away from it. And then Darwin's like, ah shit, I know something bad's about to happen. And then of course it does, because oh my god. It's like, girl, get a fucking grip, but low key, I don't want you to because this is the best thing ever. And don't even get me fucking started on the climax. This is probably one of my favorite scenes just in the series is the climax. When they're in the football field and Gumball is 200% convinced that his girlfriend got killed in front of him. Never, never have I went that insane over like anything in a long time. But it's like the portrayal of like someone going through the 50 stages of grief in 5 seconds by like the facial expressions and like the whole visual of Gumball basically crashing out in real time as Penny's just getting mauled to death in the distance, and then Darwin's just fucking standing behind him, just looking so done with life. And it's like, Tobias is like, this is all your fucking fault, and it's like, oh my god. Like the display of like basically emotional overload is what I can like best describe this as. It's just beautiful because I've like this is how I feel inside half the time something happens that makes me go insane, and we have a visual for it because like yeah, it's like you're sad, you're mad, you're shocked. Oh, you're feeling all the things. You got me feeling emotions deeper than I've ever dreamed of. It's like, yeah, that's what that moment reminds me of that song. Literally, my notes are such a fucking mess because I was literally crashing out while while I was watching this. It's like, oh my god, and it also like the angst, because the fucking angst of like Gumball assuming that Penny's dead, and then Darwin shows him all the videos on his phone that he filmed of her trying to propose to him, and then Gumball's just fucking crying. It's like, it was her. It was all her. It's like, oh my god, it's too much in the best way. It's like, oh my god. And then the plot twist, as if this couldn't get any crazier. When Penny finally like emerges from the ashes and she's wearing her beautiful dress and she proposes to Gumball like if you were in a candy store you'd be the sweetest treat of them all or something like that. And then she she basically rage baits him and is like, wanna go out with me, Tobias? And then everyone's like, what the fuck? And then Gumball just fucking dies. Like, he just fucking dies. He literally turned into a skeleton. I have that image saved on my phone as, like, a reaction image I like to use. But, like, he just dies. He done. It's like, that is the appropriate response to that. Of course he doesn't actually die, because they do fix him in the end. And Tobias did cover the hospital fees, which is very cool of him. But it's just like, too bad we didn't actually see them at prom or anything. But we don't have to at this point. We do not have to see that, because this is plenty. This is plenty, and oh my god, this gotta be like second favorite, because I like the disaster in the rerun, in which I comic group is one, is my favorite, and then I think it's this. Like, this is perfect. Like, this is a perfect episode for me specifically. I wouldn't change a thing about it. I really wouldn't. Like, God bless all of them. This is everything to me as a Penball fan, and just generally really fuck with all of that. Like, need I say more? Please. We need to move on to a downturn because, yo, nah, I'm not fucking set. The trumpet, I don't care about this. Actually, it's not only I don't really care about it, I don't really fuck with it, alright? Because when I first watched it, I thought it was, like, okay. Like, ugh, I don't, like, but it's like, yeah, it's passable. The more I watch it, the more I'm like, actually, I don't like that. Not because of, like, a damning reason, like the Unfollow, where it's like, oh, it's not like, oh, they really fucked up. Because usually my hell tier is like, you really fucked up. But the fact I just don't like this at all, nah, I can go here. I was like, because in the beginning I had it, it's like, oh, it's good. It's good. No, we can be honest with ourselves. This is just not good to me specifically, because I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. Coming off the promposal to this was just such a. Why was the promposal like sandwiched between like two kind of ass episodes? I don't know. But like this whole thing about like Nicole buys Gumball a trumpet so he can amount himself to something, so she's not a failure of a mother, and so he's not a failure as a son, so he's like an egotistical brat and annoys the fuck out of everybody. And then it's like, the thing is, this makes sense actually. Would Gumball be an egotistical asshole when told he is a trumpet prodigy? Yes, he would. Would he act as obnoxiously as he did in that episode? Oh, yes, he would. We're not saying this is out of character. I just don't like it. Gumball in this episode makes perfect sense. Like, I understand why they wrote him like this. Is it a bit more than he would usually? Of course, but for this plot we can excuse that. It's not that this doesn't make sense. I just don't want to see that. I just don't want to see that. But the issue isn't all with Gumball, actually, besides him being annoying, is Nicole. This gotta be one of her worst moments. I don't. The thing is, I'm not even saying this is like completely out of character for her. It's like I understand characters have the bad traits, and Nicole being kind of egotistical because she she is very much Gumball's mother. But it's just like we know she can be kind of full of herself and like protect her ego. But the expense of her children is what I'm wondering if we may have taken this a bit too far. Because the major conflict of this episode is like Gumball is so convinced he's a music prodigy, so he plays his trumpet 24/7 very badly. And Darwin and Anais specifically are like basically dying and like begging Nicole to make him stop or like tell him he's not a genius because if not he'll keep going on like this. And like just the desperation coming out of those two. Nicole's just like, it's fine, everything's fine. When she knows damn well this ain't fine. It's just like, would she really do that? Would she? I mean, Richard's just kind of there this whole episode. He's hanging out in the shed. It's like he doesn't like it, but he's like, fuck it, I'm going somewhere else type of thing. So this is very much she's like neglecting her other children type of deal, because Richard's like not really there. And it's just like, what happened to the family love messaging you had last season? We could bring some of that back, because for an episode about the family, there's no family love in this shit, and it makes me honestly sad. Because the climax and like what they decided to do to like amend it, not even amend this, they're just putting scotch tape on a flood crack. It's just like, you know what would be a great idea? Is for instead of me being honest with my son and just telling him the truth, let's have him perform in front of the whole school so he has public humiliation ritual so he'll stop on his own accord due to great embarrassment so I don't have to do anything. Fuck you, Nicole. Why would you do that? It's like, is this too much? It is too much, because it's like, it doesn't matter who it is at this point. Who's doing that? Like, let's subject my child to public humiliation so I don't have to face the consequences of my own actions. It's like, I understand that characters can have flaws, but this doesn't make sense for Nicole. It's like, she's a flawed character, but she's not that fucked up. Like, let's be so honest. And it's like, and then her plan doesn't even work, for better or for worse, because the even bigger plot twist is like, it's not like Gumball's embarrassed. It's just like, he's like, I am actually too good for all of you, and I decided to retire right now because I've done everything I want to do, and I know I'm the best, so I can just quit right now. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, and it just ends like that. It's like, what did we learn from this? Because every Gumball episode has some kind of, what did we learn from this? We learned nothing from this. It's like, that this is okay, actually. I suppose, because no one gets any repercussions for anything that they did. Fucking hell. It's like, I saw someone write a bit about this on Tumblr, where they kind of broke this episode down a bit. It's like, the reason why this kind of sucks is not because of everything I just spoke of, but it's actually just because it's like, it's so unsatisfying. It's like, there's no resolution. Not really. It's like, no one grows from this situation, no one learns anything, nobody has changed. It's like, this happened and for what? It's like, literally, what is the point of this? Is my biggest question. It's like, it's not like you can't make this concept work. You absolutely can. But it's like, the specific resolution they wrote for this, it's like, what are we doing here? Like, what makes me want to think about this? What are we supposed to take away? What are you trying to say? I don't know. It's just a mess. And it makes sense for Gumball, but for Nicole, I'm like, I don't particularly enjoy that, because she can be kind of a terror, but she's not heartless. Like, come on. I hope they amended shit behind the scenes, because it's like, I don't know we're getting from this, but nah. I'm putting it above the unfollow because again, it's like I just don't like it in like a general sense, not in a way that like super offends me or like weirds me out. It's just like it's just not good. It's just not good. Not nah. I'm all set. Alright, so next we got the synthesis. I think I'm just tired of this, to be quite honest. I'm tired of Nicole and Yuki. I feel horrible saying that. I think it's overdone at this point. I mean, I think the gourmet last season was enough. I don't think we needed this, but the thing is, it's like this isn't a bad episode. Like it's not. Obviously, it's not a bad episode at all. It's just I think I'm all set with this plot, where it's like they keep the thing is that we can do this. We can have Yuki and Nicole be a reoccurring dynamic, okay? This is not what's bothering me, Loki. It's the fact that they're overusing the anime tropes specifically, and it's like, it doesn't mean anything anymore. When they did the Fury, that was brand fucking new for the series, and when I watched that for the first time when I was younger, it felt like, whoa, this is so cool. This is so different. This is exciting. Now it's just like, oh, this is just how it is. It's like, why should I care? Like, why should I care that they confuse, like, Steven Universe characters and fight like they're in Dragon Ball? It's like, why should I care now? It doesn't really mean anything because it's not special. I low key want the grand Yuki and Nicole fight scenes to be more sacred, but it's like we got them already. Granted, this is the only Yuki episode this season, but it's just the fact that it happened last season, and last season came out so close to this one. It's like we didn't have enough time for it. It's like, am I literally the only person that thinks that this is getting overused? Because I feel like I might be going insane. But anyway, here we have another episode of Nicole being an egotistical brat. But honestly, it doesn't. I don't mind it here actually, where she thinks she's the hot shit at the school career day. It's like, you know what? She might do that anyway. And the thing is that like fried me. It's like, just please let her curse. It's like in her like rap song, where she's like saying words that oh, like it's so close to bitch, but she can't say it. It's like make her say bitch, please. It was kind of funny, but it's like let her say fuck. I beg of you. She needs it. But it's just like her embarrassing Anais in front of her class, and then her crying in the bathroom. Only I do like this and how they meet up. Is like they're both crying in the bathroom because they embarrass their children. It's like my daughter doesn't love me. It's like I really like that. That's what they bond over. It's like I don't like. I feel like deep down I'm not good enough for my own child, even though I act like I'm the hot shit. It's like okay, that makes total sense for both of them. And this was objectively a weird thing for them to do, but it's like it's different and I don't mind it because like I said, they fuse. They do what they call the synthesis, which is like a synchronized magical girl dance for them to fuse into a single entity where the voice is just an overlap between the both of them. And some Steven Universe type shit or something. It's like that is why not? Why not? We can do that. We can definitely do that. And how they like have like twice the power since like the combined fighting powers of them both to like defeat whatever they're doing. It's like, you know what? Yeah, that's cool. We could have just had that and that would have been fine. And it's like the whole like purpose of this is for them to prove themselves as cool to their kids pretty much. And since they're like basically being a bunch of tryhards and like trying so hard to be impressive that they just like blow up half the school, and then their kids are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because the only thing I'm like wondering if this makes sense is for Anais and Masami to like be friends. That sounds stupid, but like we've never seen them interact until now. Because they're not even in the same class. Like Masami's from Gumball's class and Anais is in a different class. It's like we've literally like basically Anais' interaction with any of Gumball's like classmates is like we just don't see it. Like we never see that happen. So it's like when Anais goes up to Masami at lunch, it's like, "Hey, have you seen our moms?" And it's like the way they kind of treat it as in like they're like established friends when it's like we've never seen them talk to each other. It's like, okay, that's a choice, but for the plot we can excuse that, I guess. And the specific fusion design for Nikoshita? Nikoshita, is that how you pronounce it? That's cute. I want to draw that because that's a very cute design. And even like the Anais Masami fusion is cute. Little cloud character. And of course, you know what anyone would talk about with this episode is the whole Dragon Ball fight scene in space type of thing as they're like trying to talk it out as they're fighting. I admit that looks cool. Like it's cool that they're trying to have like a deep conversation while they're like fighting in the sky and shit, and like they're both like super. They don't know how they got these powers, but we're just rolling with it. Like they're like fireballs at each other and shit. It's like, you know what? That is cute. It just doesn't. Again, I feel like we've done this already. It's like, is it really that impressive anymore? It's kind of cool, but it's not like, oh my god. Maybe as a kid I would have thought that was really cool or something, but I don't know. But the very cute ending where they're like, "We love you as our moms, and you're enough to us, and we love you," and it's like, "Oh, that's so cute." And it's like, let's not. And I think it's like they say, like, are you treating us like how your mothers treating yourself like how your mothers treated you, or something like that? And we flash back to their moms like telling them it's like we can only love you if you're the best type of thing. And it's like the whole breaking of generational trauma. It's like, yeah, that is so good, honestly, because we had an episode last season where it was like the generational trauma, the cheerleader, yes, the cheerleader, of course. And it's like breaking generational trauma. Like that is cool. And the whole like we family loves each other. It's like yes, 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 yes. And it was so funny when Miss Simeon just casually shows all her strength, and she's like, "You thought you were tough? Look at me, knock him the fuck out." It's like, you know what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like I like this. I do like this, like the idea of it and all that. I say like, oh, the only thing that's holding me back is like, am I tired of seeing this type of thing done as much as it has been? And not, I feel like this episode more than the gourmet does it a bit differently because it's the whole thing about like they're not fighting each other really, they're teaming up, which I really like. It's like we're kind of evolving past the initial conflict from the Fury because I think the gourmet just treaded on old grounds. But again, it's like the whole anime fight thing is like, I think we're doing this a bit too much. But regardless of that, I really do like this, and I think it is good. I don't love it enough to put it in great, but it's like, I do enjoy this. Genuinely. Alright, so next we have the Cheap Miss. Cheap Mess? Cheap Miss? I don't. Anyway, the Christmas episode, if you will. Huh. Honestly. Like Christmas from season 2 is better than this, obviously. But it's like, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's good enough, honestly. It's like, the classic. It's a little more edgy, I suppose. Where it's like the adults are too overworked to celebrate Christmas, so Christmas is cancelled, so Gumball and Darwin have to save Christmas. Or make everyone feel festive again. It's like, we know this type of thing. It's a little edgier because it kind of sheds light on, like, how overworked people are. Like, yeah. But it's like, it's basically like, did we need to do this? Sounds harsh. Because again, I don't hate this at all, actually. It's just like, we've done this before, or something similar. It's not like you can't have more than one Christmas episode. That is a stupid thing to say. It's just like something like this. It's like, we know where this is going. Granted, it's a lot edgier than what they did in season 2. I know even season 2 didn't do this exact type of thing. but it's just like we've seen it before. Because it's like it's the right amount of meta. If basically this is the answer, like if we must do a Christmas episode in this current time, it's gonna look like this. Which I'm like, alright, that's alright. But it's the right amount of meta. That's fine. Because probably my favorite part of this is the Awesome Store coming into play. Because they get all their decorations from the Awesome Store, and that goes just about as well as you think it's gonna go. So it's like, I am, like, that's cool. Like, if you're going to do this again, might make it interesting. And using the Awesome Store is always interesting, because I love whenever it comes up. Because poor shady guy, he's just like, I'm poor. I'm breaking even. I can't do anything about it. Give me a break. As they hijack his car and throw away all of his inventory. It's like, oh boy. But this specific choice just kills me high key. Because it's like, what are we doing? You know, it's fine, it's fine. Because, like, the Haunted Doll low key becoming the side character is like, why not? We can do that. We can do that. It's like, well, wait, I can help you hijack this car. Well, we can run from the police and break into people's houses. We can do that. And Gumball and Darwin just roll with it. It's like, oh, she might help us out. It's like, that is so, it's literally so random, but it's like, I don't care. This is kind of great. But it's like, this is the one thing that stands out the most from this episode that was just like, what the fuck? Because when one of the items turns Gumball into a frog, and then he's like, oh, I guess I'm stuck as a frog until I get my true love's kiss, and then Darwin, like, kisses him on the head or something. And then Gumball's like, oh, you are my true love, dude, or I love you, dude. And then the doll's like, you guys are creepy. And they didn't make it super weird. Like, it's weird, but it's not like super weird, because Darwin just kissed him on the head. It's not like he kissed him on the lips. So it's like, I'm glad they put that in there, because that is so fun. It's just crazy. But as much as I like this, like, episode being, like, meta enough, the one thing that kind of threw me off is, like, after, like, someone throws, like, a snow globe out the window, and then when the snow globe hits the ground, everything becomes snowy, and it's like, oh, it looks like Christmas again. And then Gumball's like, we should have used that earlier. And I'm like, no fucking shit, Sherlock. It's like, some of the quirks about the new series that I don't like is when it's like, it's too direct that it ruins the joke. It's like, you didn't have to say that, and anyone would have figured that out. It's like, oh yeah, you could have used that earlier, but it's like, you saying it just makes you look stupid type of thing. But it's like, it's whatever. And it was also, like, weird that when they meet the poor little boy, and then they're like, oh, Gumball, we have to do it for the children. It's like, y'all are kids. What do you mean, for the children? You are the children. Do it for yourselves. But it's like, there's some small quirks about this episode that I'm like, But honestly, it's fine. I mean, the ending is cute, where it's like, everyone gives the guy back their stuff after he's like, I'm financially struggling right now, I can't do this. And they're like, oh, well, we're sorry, we can give you your stuff back. It's like, spirit of giving, very cute, give to the less fortunate, very nice. It's like, it's fine. Like, I'm putting it in good. Like, it's not better than the synthesis, but it's good. It's like, there's nothing wrong with it, really. Like, there's nothing that's like, oh my god, what are you doing type of thing. It's just like, I could take it or leave it. Especially compared to a lot of stuff we'll see later, it's just like, it's fine. That's all it is to me. It's like, it's good enough. That's all it needs to be. Alright, next. Oh, this is such a good one. The score. Oh my god. Ocho! I love Ocho! I'm a fan of Ocho episodes because the uncle is one of my top favorites, so I love when he shows up because I'm a sucker for a good Ocho crash out. And this gotta be one of the best Osho episodes. Like, holy angst. It's like this whole thing of like Gumball and Darwin literally playing a game with Ocho that's like his life. It's like he's like a little bit spider and his life's a video. My life is like a video game and it's like it actually is and this is my fucking life and everything sucks and I don't know what to do. It's like we get so much Ocho lore and it's like my mom works 5 jobs and it's like I have to have a lot of responsibilities that like someone my age isn't ready for yet. And it's like we came to Earth from another planet and it's like basically parts of his life that make Ocho have to mature faster than he should, which also like ties into like his anger issues because this whole conversation is like because Gumball's like, dude, your anger issues are crazy. And then Ocho's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying to work on that. And then Darwin's like, we should help him overcome his anger problems. But it doesn't work the way they think so, because Darwin tries everything he can think of, but Ocho crashes out regardless. And it's like, poor Darwin, he tried his best. But the lobotomy joke. I think it was like Gumball was like what's our next plan? And it's like let's lobotomize. Because I feel like the first time that like Ocho admits that he has deeper problems, and he's like in Gumball's and Darwin's room, and he's like being kind of melodramatic about it. Like nobody understands me. It's like I feel like that was done with just the right amount of melodramatic. It's like it's not like this is a serious-ish episode, but it's like the way they're framing it is to kind of like frame it a little differently. So it's not like it's like dead serious, but it's serious enough where you can understand that Ocho is in pain. And it's just cool. It's cool that they did that. And not even to mention like the visuals of like Ocho's house. It's given vaporwave. That sounds low-key stupid, but I love me some vaporwave, so it's like it looks like a vaporwave. With like the blues and the pinks and it's pixely and trippy. It's like, oh, that's very cool. Because like Ocho's house is like stepping into a video game. It's like that's so cool. But how does this work in like actuality? It's like the world you step out into is not a game, but what your house is a game. We're not gonna think about that too hard because I don't even know. But like as they're playing the game, they realize because they kind of use like video game terms to like allude to something else. Again, framing it as a game, but it's like obviously they're talking about his life because when Gumball's like, "This game is rigged," or like, "That's not. This game is so unfair." It's more like life is unfair, life is rigged, because game is just a metaphor for life. My life is like a video game. It's like I really like how they went with that direction because Ocho's character is so deep into like the fact that he is a game character. And they even in like the serious moments they still carry that through because that's just who Ocho is. And it's honestly great because what they realize is like shit's hard. Life is hard. Life is unfair. And they realize that no wonder why he's like this, why he's so angry, because he can't catch a break. And everyone has a different life. It's like you don't really know what other people are going through type thing. But what they suggest in the end, which is where I like where this nuance comes into play, is like life sucks, but we can have fun with it with friends. And they play through the game like they're not winning at the game. They're not making any real progress. They're just have more fun with it. It's like they're laughing at the shit they do. And it's just like it makes Ocho feel better. It's like hope, you know? It's like shit sucks, but it could be worse because at least I have friends. And I'm like, oh, because I feel like this is like a real turning point for like Ocho's character because they've been so scared of him like the entire time. Because even thinking of the uncle is like it was just driven off of fear for this guy. But this time, it's like it kind of like brings him down to reality. It's like he's not like this ominous creature. He's just a deeply flawed individual. But we can help him just by being in his corner, because clearly he has nobody in his corner. It's like, oh, that's so good. That is so fucking good. But I'm still gonna put it in great. I'm telling you right now, it's the top of great. It's like on the cusp. Like I think before I had the summoning over the score, but I'm like, the Ocho Angst is just too good for it not to be ranked higher. It's just like I feel like maybe like if we had to nitpick, I don't want to, but if we had to, I'd say like the sequence with like Darwin try and fail in ways to help Ocho went on for too long. Maybe. But the second half obviously is the best part. And maybe like them arguing on the bus. But that's the point of that's the introduction of the conflict. So I just can't quite put into peak, but it's so good. I love this. And it's such a good Ocho episode. So that makes it good enough in my book. Next is the diary. Oh, I was not expecting any of this, but this is so fire. Like, oh my god. I must say, I mean, elephant in the room, Leslie. Leslie. Oh, this makes me so happy just for this alone. That it is confirmed that Leslie is gay. We've known this. There has never been a more like queer coded character than Leslie. Even since season 1, he's been like this. But we've never like hard evidence that he liked men. But Wilson, which is a surprise, but you know what? Sure, we can do that. And Wilson being his love interest, and they kiss in the bathroom, and that's very cute. It's like, oh, they better carry this on as like actual continuity. Like, I want to see them again. Because my real gripe with this episode is that they didn't show the kiss on screen. That sounds like oh why we don't need that technically. It's like I feel like it would have been important if they did. But also to this is like the thing about bringing back the melodramatic Claire moments. I like it. Again, it's kind of like bringing back an old idea because again, we've seen Claire like this before, like her being in a melodramatic teen drama or something. And it's like, it's Claire, of course this works. The way they execute it here was perfect when they assumed that it was Claire. It's like all of that, it felt like it would come out of any other episode that has Claire in it. It's like, I like that they didn't really change her character. Yes, we saw her in the summoning, but like this is like Claire's a big part of it, and we can see that she's still like a melodramatic teenager, and that's great. But yeah, I specifically like the color grading and like the environments and stuff that like make it melodramatic. Is I just like that. And how like Gumball and Darwin imagine the scenarios as they read them. I just like that. It feels very natural. It feels right. It even feels right for them to sneak on other people's diaries, because they would totally read that, knowing damn well they shouldn't. But it's like, they imagine that whole scenario by reading the pages, but when they get to the last page, and they realize, oh shit, it's Leslie. Fucking plot twist. Because again, we're fully convinced that this is Claire, but it's not. Even when they confront Claire about it, it's like, Claire, we found your diary. We need to save your love with Wilson. And then she's like, I'm dating Jared. What do you mean? I don't even keep a diary. I just vent to Jared. And Jared's like, what's up? It's like, cool. But it's like, but then they're like, oh my god, we have to go save Wilson to bring him to Leslie because he is not just your friend, he loves you so much. It's so dramatic, and it's wonderful for this plot. And then, of course, they shove him under the door and they kiss and reunite, and it's all well again. It's like, oh yeah, that is cute. It's like, I really like this. This whole idea is just wonderful. But I think it's great. It's obviously great. It's like, oh my god, I love Leslie. But it's like, I feel like it's gonna be lower on the great tier, but like, what does that even mean? It's already in the great tier. It's just like, it's just very solid. That's all I can say, and that's, I love that they're basically giving Leslie more to do. And I didn't think we'd get like more Wilson and Claire and Jared type shit, so that's all well and good. But next, we have the punishment. Holy, holy, I wasn't expecting this from what I read from the summary. This is so good. I didn't expect this episode to be this good. Like, high key. Because I saw the summary, I'm like, oh, okay, it's just like Nicole and Gumball conflict, whatever. Because it's like the whole thing, it's like, oh, they have to go to the parent-teacher conference because Gumball was late to school. And it's like, I blame you. No, I blame you. You're in the wrong. Don't blame me. This is all your fault. Type of like holding a grudge against each other. It's like, oh, that's fine. But then I watched it, and I'm like, wait a minute. They're doing something a little different in here. Because yes, this is in character for them to basically be prickly towards each other. And like, try to mess with each other. But this one specific moment, I was like, you did not. Is when they were in the car and like Gumball was annoying Nicole by like putting the window down like a lot. It reminds me of the disaster and how him play up the window almost gets them killed. I'm like, give me a second. But it's like diabolical. But it's like this episode specifically made me realize, oh, Gumball is Nicole's son. That sounds incredibly stupid, but it's like, because we're kind of led to believe that Gumball is more similar to Richard than Nicole, because it's kind of like the vibe he has. It's like he looks like Nicole but acts like Richard. No, not really. He's very much has Nicole's genes, like personality wise. Because he can be as aggressive and cocky and spiteful as she is. And that is why he is her son. Because, like, we don't see a ton, like extended time with these two specifically. So maybe that's why I'm like, this is such an epiphany for me. But it's like, oh, that's so good. Especially when they're, like, having a conversation as they're, like, running. And they're, like, basically roasting the hell out of each other. And, you know, fucking crazy is not Gumball calling Richard a vegetable. Like, why'd you marry that vegetable anyway? And I'm like, oh, god damn. Don't hurt them. Don't hurt him too much. That was just low-key out of pocket. And then when Nicole says, like, but we had to get married because of you. And then Gumball's like, wait, what? And she's like, oh, never mind. It's like, you were the mistake child, Gumball, and now you have to live with that. Oh, boy. Like, the whole, like, even visuals of that, the first half of this episode, it's just so good. Like, I love a good chase scene. I love a good fight scene. Even though it was kind of jarring, I must admit, when they're fighting in the school hallway and they're, like, body slamming each other, and, like, throwing each other against the wall and shit, and, like, that's aggressive. Like, objectively. I'm like, I kind of fuck with it, because, like, sure. It was just kind of weird. But not in a way that I mind. But of course, when they get to the conference, who else is there but Felicity? Yeah. bitch. But it's like, because Felicity's the head of like the parent teacher department or whatever. And it's like, to pay for this, you have to send Gumball to summer school. And it's gonna be a horrible time. But then, because as we know from earlier in the episode, it's like a car cut them off on the road, which led to Nicole crashing the car. And it's like, and then she's like, "Did you know who that was?" And Gumball's like, "No, all I knew was the license plate." And when they found out that Felicity's car has that same license plate, like, it's not your fault or my fault. It's her fucking fault. Let's go egg her car. And they spend the rest of the episode basically fucking with Felicity as revenge for her ruining their day. Because she's like, "You were even late to this meeting, so why are you talking?" It's like, you actually, you were the one that made us late because you cut me off. And they do everything in their little chaotic power to basically break Felicity's brain, either by covering her car in bird shit or like setting her alarms and like sticking her phone in the vending machine, like whatever they can do. It's like basically mindfuck Felicity into her giving up on summer school in Gumball. It is so good. Mother son chaos time against the ops is a good thing to do. Because again, it's very much like Gumball is Nicole's son. Because that's where they work well as a team. Because like they think similarly. Yes, they're two big personalities put up against each other, but it's like they can work towards a common goal very effectively. But Felicity so deserves this because she's a cocky bitch the entire time. Because, like, the funniest thing is, like, when they're mimicking Felicity's voice, like, as a mother, and it's like, love bonding, basically bonding over being chaotic, which is so good. And they drive Felicity so insane that she gets arrested. It's like, "I will get you." And they're like, "Fuck you, it doesn't matter because you so deserve that." Man, this is so good. It's just fun. I just love seeing Gumball and Nicole being chaotic in peace. Like, go teamwork, go family love. So yeah, I'm gonna put this just under the summoning. Like I honestly feel about these episodes kind of similar. Like in the like how by how much I like them. They're very I like them very similarly, like the same amount. So I think I'm comfortable doing that. But this is such a good Nicole and Gumball episode. Alright, next we have the roast. This was another one that surprised me by how much I liked it. Because I saw the concept and I'm like, oh, okay, let's see where this goes. Oh, this is good. Like, I must admit, I'm not always the biggest fan of Gumball beating the shit out of Alan. There's some episodes where that's good, like the Vision. I don't. There's points where I like Gumball and Alan's like rivalry, I guess. Some points I don't, but I say this is one of the better ones, specifically for the opening scene of Gumball literally roasting the fuck out of Alan in front of the audience, only for Alan to then be like, that was something, thank you for sharing, but actually this is a pig roast for my toddler charity program to make them better people. And I guess you were the perfect example of what they shouldn't be like. And then everyone's glaring at Gumball's like, "You're such an asshole." And then, wait, I wrote this down as a quote where Gumball is like, "People are literally chipping in to stop kids from turning out like me." Oh, I'm sorry, bro. The line delivery and the look on his face just killed me. It's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's like, it's kind of like Gumball has a reawakening that he's a dick. This isn't the first time he's realized this, but it's kind of like the wake call. It's like, People are funding money for children not to turn out like me. And you just stare at the wall for an hour. It's like, yeah. I low-key feel bad for Gumball, but it's like, read the fine print, my guy. But the reason why Gumball does this is he's like, I want people to like me. I don't want people to hate me. But it's like I can't help myself from talking shit. Because we all know Gumball's a professional shit talker, and that's basically what they're telling him not to do. They basically want to lobotomize Gumball so he talks less shit. I mean, he had it coming. But when Darwin's like trying to teach him, like be nicer to people. You don't always have to say the most atrocious things to people. Just let it be. And then like when he sees people like opening the door the wrong way and stuff, it's like he literally explodes. It's like it is embedded in his DNA for him to be a dick, and that's just who he is. That's like this is so in character for Gumball because that's literally who he is. He loves to talk shit, and that's his specialty. And then Gumball like defends himself like, I call out stupid people to make the world a better place because people need to know when they're wrong. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Let him cook. It's like, is he wrong though? It's kind of like a very blunt way to say it, but it's like, is he wrong? That sometimes you need to tell people when they're wrong. It's like, ooh, you know, you might be onto something, bro. But then Darwin sings his song like, everyone's just doing their best. You shouldn't judge people because everyone's going through shit, and you making their lives worse is not gonna help anybody out. So please don't be an asshole. It's like, yes, Darwin would think that. And then Gumball's like, fuck, you're right. So he literally removes his tongue. The sharp tongue, is what I gathered. He removes the sharp tongue sword out of his mouth, lays it down, and it's like, okay, I'm all set. So they basically lobotomized my boy. Because now he's just like, is this what it's like to feel no judgment? I feel fine. This is nice. And then Darwin's like, oh, glad you feel that way. And then Alan comes back. He's like, wait, Gumball, please. The kids are going insane because I gentle parented them too hard and now they're being gremlins to society. It's like, okay, you need to come back to talk some sense into them, please. And then when Gumball's like trying to be nice to them, and he's like, it's just failing. It's like the kid just beat his ass every time. And then Gumball's like, I know what I must do. And then he beats the fuck out of all the kids with his tongue sword. By just insulting the shit out of them in the only way he knows how. And this whole like Alan saying it's like people deserve a clap back sometimes. Again, we're bringing some of the nuance back into these messages where it's like you shouldn't be a dick all the time, but you also can't be too nice to people because sometimes they're not going to take it. So it's like basically talk your shit when it's necessary. And I'm like, beautiful. Beautiful. And it's just like, this is Gumball being an asshole at its peak form. The only time where him being an ass actually helps out the situation. It's just like, Gumball just gets to be Gumball and realize it's like, you know what? We don't have to lobotomize you. You're okay just the way you are as long as you contain yourself. It's like, oh, that's nice. So it's great to me, and I think I'm gonna put it behind the punishment. I like the punishment more, obviously, but it's kind of like in the same vein as like we just get to see Gumball be a menace, and it's lovely. So yeah, that is very good. And next we have the survivalists. This, I must say, out of all of these episodes, that this one felt the most classic. You kind of know what I mean? Like, contained. Like, low-key. Not low-key. It's like, it feels like an episode that could have been written in, like, season 2 or 3. Maybe, you know what this reminds me of? the picnic from season 1. I just made this connection right now. Okay. I didn't love, I mean, link in the cards. I guess I did make a season 1 ranking series already. But I didn't love the picnic. I don't love this episode either, but it's like, it's fine, it's good. It's just like the whole thing of being naked in the woods and being cold and scared, and it's like, yeah, it's the same thing. But I honestly think that the survivalists kind of did it better. I like this episode more than the picnic, I suppose. Because like it's this whole thing of like Gumball, and Gumball specifically is completely convinced he can survive being naked outside, like naked and afraid, survivor type shit. It's like, I can do it. I can totally do this. And then as soon as they go outside, it's like, wait a minute, I can't do this, but we're locked outside. So I guess we have to deal with it. But this was also an interesting choice that I actually really like. Like when Richard contemplates on letting them do this, because he's like, because Nicole's like, me and Anais are going to a protest. Please look after the boys. And then Richard's like, is protecting a child at the detriment of learning from their mistakes responsible? And I'm like, wait a minute. Let him cook. I'm not saying he should have left them outside. Like, does that work in this situation? Not really, but it's Richard, so it's fine. But it's like, does he have a point? Yes, he does. Like, we should, like, don't shelter your kids so they can't make their own mistakes. It's like, okay, Richard. I like that. Does that excuse you locking your kids outside? No. But that's an intelligent thought that should be applied elsewhere. But then basically the rest of this episode was them fighting for their lives against woodland creatures trying to eat them. And then eventually, like, Richard locks himself outside with them, and that's a mess. And then Nicole and Anais come home, and it's like, oh, the animals took over the house. And it's like, now we are locked outside, so I guess the only thing we can do is let the animals live in their house. And just like, it's like, okay, that's fine. It's just like, is it that interesting? Hmm. The thing is, I'm putting it, it's good. It's like not bad, obviously. Like, I like it enough. I do like it more than the cheapness. Yeah, I'm putting it above that. It's not better than the synthesis, but I feel like this is the it's like they're taking an older concept and like making it a little bit better, because again, I like the thought behind it, like Richard thinking like he should let his kids make mistakes anyway so they can learn from them. And the whole thing of like them just being in the backyard the whole time, just kind of messing around. It's like, that's fine. Like, I like that instead of like what they were doing with the picnic. But it's like, it doesn't blow me away. Like, there's nothing about this like super. Besides like Richard's thought, like that's the only thing I can think of that's like, oh my god, they're doing something so interesting. It's like, I like it, and it's fine. Like, it's fine. That's all I can say. It's like, it's fine. I don't have. It's like, feels like refreshingly classic. There's shenanigans. It's not that serious. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. Ah, shit. Buckle the fuck up for this, cause the only thing I've written in my notes for the labels was no. I don't got notes for this shit. We going in completely unscripted because I have so many thoughts about this bullshit. Oh my god. It's not as bad as Young Fall. You can see right there that I put it in between the two. Oh, this could have been good. That's the issue. The thing that hurts about the labels is this could have been so fucking good if they didn't give Gumball a BBL. Gumball ruined this fucking episode. Oh my god. You know what? I'm not even sorry. We're gonna jump right into why I don't think this should exist. This is when it stops getting fun. Okay, listen extremely. Everybody watching right now, listen extremely fucking closely to what I am saying. It is not the fact that he is dressed like a girl. It is not him wearing high heels. It is not him having hair. It's not him wearing makeup. It is not even him having long legs. It's not even him wearing a crop top. It is the deliberate design of his ass and the fact that he throws it at the screen and spreads his legs everywhere. And that's just how he is the entire episode. That is the issue. The design of his lower half and the way he, like, dances. That is a motherfucking 12-year-old. When have they given Gumball an ass like that and make him throw it? You can't cite your sources on that one. You just can't, because they just haven't done this. Yes, I've known there's butt jokes. There's so many butt jokes in this series, in this franchise. I am aware of that. One of my all-time favorite episodes is The Slap, so you cannot come for me for not liking butt jokes, because I very much do. But in the context of overtly sexualizing a child, you got me so incredibly fucked up if you think I think that's okay, because it's just not. That's a hill I'm dying on, because I can't fucking look at this. Because I am so fucking sick and tired of seeing, like, memes of this shit, like, everywhere. It's like, this is the one thing that, like, people that are, like, super fans of the show have, like, latched on from this season. That and the fucking skibbity toilet shit, which I really don't care about. It's like, this is, baddie Gumball is the one thing that the society has clinged onto, and it makes me sick, because it's like, that's child. It's like, oh, it's just, like, it's not like, oh, it's just a draw, and it's like, okay, that is not the defense you think it is. In fact, that makes it worse. It's like, this is a child, voiced by a child, on a show that's mainly targeted at children. You got me fucked up if you think that this is okay. Cry about it. Anyway, if you can get to some of the more lighthearted, like, conversation about the baddie ball. I call him baddie ball at this point. That's the nickname I give this creature. They could have done this differently. It's like, I'm not against the idea of Gumball doing drag and thinking he's hot shit. Like, that is not something I'm against. Like, every other time he's dressed up as a woman, I'm like, yeah, that's very cool, and I think they should do that. Because that is not. Because him being in drag and shit is not inherently sexual, it's just not. It's just like, we could have done this, and you could have even gotten the same message across of, like, he is misinterpreting his label, just in a way that doesn't sexualize a fucking child. Because I have some ideas, okay? I've been rage thinking about this, like, different ideas for this ever since I first saw this. And I got a few, and if you follow me on Tumblr, you might have seen some of this. But my first thought is like, okay, if we can take the concept of, like, Gumball receiving a bad label, like, he's a bad kid, and it's like, how can we have him misinterpret this in a way that's, like, humorous or something? You know what they could have done that would have been, like, so cool and, like, make sense for his character and everything? Is to have him dress up like Michael Jackson from the Bad era. Like, you know, like, I'm bad, I'm really, really bad. I made an edit about this on my Tumblr, literally, because I'm like, oh my god, he can dress up as Michael Jackson and dance around and thinks he's hot shit. Cause he's like, you say I'm bad? Well, I'll show you who's bad. It's like, that would be so cute. Like, come on, like, come on. Think about it. I'll pop up a picture of, like, a drawing I made so you can kind of get the idea. It's like, come on, that'll be so cool. But also, I thought about it, like, the concept of baddie ball as, like, this woman, get up that he has on, and he thinks he's, like, hot shit. I think he could, on the personality wise, I feel like a way they could have changed it to make it less weird. It's kind of like what they did with Richard in the Diet, if you kind of follow me. Like when he becomes all muscular and he thinks he's hot shit, and so he like goes around taking selfies of himself and like, posing and stuff. It's, I guess Gumball was doing like posing, but not the legs spreading. I can do without that. They could even, like, like that. I forgot what episode specifically it was, but like the one where Darwin, like the iconic image of Darwin with the long legs and the heels, while he's like holding up the signs in the store. I'll put up a picture, but it's like he could have just done that where he's like strutting around, like, I'm such a diva, and I'm strut on the runway like Bella Hadid. It's like he could have done that, and it would have been less weird. But the thing they could have done is just make his hips normal. I beg of you. You didn't need to fully give him plastic surgery. It's like you could have had him have long legs and he's walking around, but it's like just make his butt normally sized. That's all you gotta do. You can even keep the same design. It's like just remove the butt injections. I fucking beg of you. It looks disgusting objectively. And more salt to the wound is that the design's not even good. Ignoring like the hip ratio, it's just like I don't like the way they designed him. He just looks chopped. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe it's just me, but it's like when I think of baddie, like a girl or a woman, like a woman that's like a baddie. What baddie ball looks like is not really what I think of. Because let me vent some of my knowledge here because I do know about this. Is like specifically the way they should have made him look like is specifically like a 2016 Instagram baddie. I'll put up some pictures, but it's like there's a very specific aesthetic that I associate with like a baddie type where it's like long straight hair. You have, I mean, the lipstick they used is like fine, like the shape of it is okay. I feel like it could have been a little more refined, but like 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 overlined lips with like big lashes and the eyeliner and all that. It's like there's like the old school baddie aesthetic is just what I think of, and I feel like they could have just made his design more akin to that, like if you really want to play into it, because I don't think the baddie aesthetic really incorporates a lot of short hairstyles, like kind of like the short PC haircut that they gave him. It doesn't really look that flattering. I like the purple. I must say, a positive of this design is I like the pops of purple that they use because that goes well, okay? I like the purple tips. I like the purple lipstick. That's nice. It's like we can do that. But specifically like the eye makeup is like this frosty white eyeshadow and it's like that's more Y2K. That's not baddie. Like Gumball needs like a cut crease with like a wing liner and like a full set of lashes. Like he did have long lashes, but I feel like it could have been with like thicker lashes. And you're thinking, geez, what the fuck are you talking about? Being so specific about how his makeup should look. Well, I wear a lot of makeup, and I'm very knowledgeable about makeup. So this is why I know that this is not what they should have done. I'll put up a picture because I actually did draw like a refined baddie ball design to make him look less weird. Because when I think of I want him to look like Ariana Grande from like the Thank You Next era. Like that's what he should have looked like. So that's what I drew him as. It's like I want him to have the high ponytail with the straight hair going down, and I want him to have like a full beat on. It's like, please, if you're gonna make him do drag, can you make him not look chopped because he seriously does look chopped. Ugh, that we spent way too long on this, but I think I said all I had to say about Gumball. Specifically, we haven't even talked about the rest of this fucking episode because it had so much potential. That's what hurts. It's like the concept of like the lesson of it. I like the lesson of it. It's like the only labels you should have are the labels you give to yourself, and you shouldn't let people define who you are. It's like, oh, that is awesome. But what also doesn't make sense, it's just like a minor gripe, it's not like I'm like, oh my god, why they do this, is Miss Combs, okay? The antagonist here, the hexagon lady, if you will, being the one that orchestrates all of this. Because literally, she just walks into the place and it's like, okay, cool, I can take control now, let's label all the children. It's like, I'm not saying we can't do that. Sure, we have seen, like, literally nothing of her, so I guess there's nothing that can really contradict this choice. But it's like, I just feel like Felicity should have done it, you know? This is some shit Felicity would do, not her. Because, like, why is she here type of thing? It's like, there's other characters that we already have that could, like, fill this role, and it would make more sense instead of, it's not even creating, you could have even created a completely new character, like, the Inquisition. This fucking reminds me of the Inquisition, which I have flashbacks to. Oh god. So it's like, this feels like the Inquisition, just, like, done weirder. Because even in the Inquisition, when they had the human superintendent, that was really Rob. It's like, that makes sense, because Rob would do that, and would try to, like, turn everyone normal to avoid them going into the void, you know? But it's like, what is her motivation to do this? Because she can? Sure, she can, but it's like, why? I don't know. It's just like, I'll take it, it's kind of like, I'll take it or leave it. And then how everyone goes insane, like, about how their labels affect them, and it's like, eventually they do defeat her, and it's like, I just can't watch this with Gumball's ash just being in my face the entire time. Because I would even argue that gag, that quote unquote gag, could, like, work if it was just like it was brought up for like a quick joke or something. But the fact that he was like that through the entire episode is an extremely deliberate choice that I don't fuck with at all. So it's like, just no, no, no. Anyway, next we have the Fools. This really surprised me because I saw that story and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, wait a minute. Let them cook. Because when you present the idea of like, oh, Gumball and Darwin go around and prank people and it goes horribly wrong, you're like, okay. Isn't that every other episode? Do we need the whole thing about this? Because I'm sure they've done this at least 10 times. Where they do some type of shit and it blows up in their face. But honestly, I like what they did. But my only, like, real criticism is it feels a little too similar to the cheapness. Like, the whole idea, it's like, oh, it's a holiday that they're excited about, but everyone's too sad to celebrate it, so they do some crazy shit to make people feel in the spirit again. It's like, it's the same episode! You just have a different holiday. It's like, you could have had this replace the cheapness, because I do like this a lot more than that, so, yeah. So it's basically Gumball wants to be like, I'm the prank king, no one can outprank me, and since no one else is gonna do it, I might as well do it. And so, this is like probably the most prime example of Darwin just being there. He doesn't condone any of this, but he's just there. Because Gumball's doing all of this shit that pisses everybody off. And then Darwin's just sitting there filming it like, bruh. It's like, I feel like it's been a pattern. Maybe it's just because I did it in the promposal too, where Darwin just sits next to somebody and films the chaos in front of him. He doesn't condone any of this, but he's just there, filming it on his phone. It's like, okay. But that just, it's like, it's very shenanigan heavy, okay? It's like every single time that something goes horribly wrong and it pisses everybody off, and then Gumball thinks it's so funny, and Darwin's like, bro, what are we doing? And just being the general menace to society. It's like, we've seen this before, but it's like, I like it. Because it's kind of funny. The thing is, I particularly found this episode pretty funny. Specifically, for the second half, where society basically breaks out into the apocalypse because Gumball's pranking it gives everyone a psychotic break and they go insane and start the apocalypse. Of course, this is not the first time something like this has happened, but they basically accidentally start a riot where like the townspeople wear like these smiley masks and start breaking shit and are basically going after Gumball and Darwin, and they're thinking, we're gonna die, bro. We're gonna fucking die, and we can't escape it, and it's all Gumball's fault. Because it actually is. And like the whole scene where they're trying to break into their house and it's like pretty suspenseful. That was so good. It's like I like apocalyptic type of things. Like I'm thinking about the end from season 2. No, the finale. The end was from season 1. The finale was season 2. All right. I also like the end from season 1 too. That was a good episode. But I like when they get apocalyptic with it. So I like when they did this. And what really sold it to me specifically was how Larry was like leading all of this. Because he's the one that's like, your time has come for the downfall of society. It's like, of course Larry would do that. He hates his life. He hates capitalism. He hates society. He would be the first one to burn that shit down. Of course, it makes total sense. But you know what really fried me so horrendously? I didn't even laugh this hard on the first watch. It was like maybe after the second or third time, I was just like, oh my god. The plot twist is where they basically rage bait Gumball and Darwin because they think they're gonna kill them or something. And they're like, April Fools! It was all a joke! Get wrecked! And it's like. And then Gumball is just standing there like, bruh. And it just ends like. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. It's just the look on their faces as everyone is laughing at them. And then Gumball's like, we got pranked. It's like 3 cheers for sweet revenge. Is that right? You get what you deserve, Gumball. This was so funny, and like, this is so some shit Gumball would do, so this makes perfect sense. Honestly, I think the reason why all these episodes are like in the grade tier next to each other, the punishment, the roast, and the fools, they're just great Gumball episodes. Like, they show like a part of Gumball's personality really well, mostly him being a menace. And I really like that. So, this is great. I'm a big fan of that. And actually, moving on to yet another Gumball centered episode is the homework. Now, I feel about this pretty similarly to the Fools in like it's again a Gumball episode where they show a part of his personality, but specifically one we don't see a lot, okay? Because this whole plot of like Gumball is really sick, but Anais needs him to give her her homework that she left at home. So he goes on this grand voyage to give Anais her homework because he remembers, I am her big brother and I will do anything for my little sister. Oh, that is so cute. Family love. I love to see it. But it's like, we literally don't see like the softer side of Gumball. Like, much at all. Because he looks like shit the entire time and he's having a really bad time because he has like a fever. And he's riding his bike and basically been being put through the wood chipper as he's just trying to make it to school. Just can beat over and over and over again. But he's all doing it for Anais. And what made me worried about this episode, because I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, because it kind of reminds me of season 1. Like, Gumball torture episode. I was scared this was gonna be like a Gumball torture episode where they just beat the shit out of Gumball for no reason. But the thing is with this episode is that it's not for no reason. Which is why this is ranked much higher than I otherwise would have put it. Because it's not for no reason. It's basically to prove Gumball's dedication to Anais. He's like, I will literally go through hell for you because I am your brother and I love you as my little sister. It's like it shows like some resilience within Gumball that has always been present, but to put to the forefront like this is something we don't see a lot. It's like Gumball is a strong guy. It's like he goes through so much shit and yet he still manages to come out in the end. And in this case, it's like he goes through so much shit, but he manages to achieve his goal again. And I don't even mind the plot twist when she's like, you could have emailed this to me, right? Hey. But it's like the journey was still not for nothing because it was to basically to basically owe one to Anais. It's simply out of the kindness of his heart, pretty much. He's not doing this for any selfish reasons. He's not doing it for his ego, for his pride, for his reputation, or anything. He's doing it just for her. Because half the shit he does is like for something else. That's a little not like you know what I mean. But it's like we just don't see this in Gumball a lot, and I really like that. But the only thing that while I love this concept and I honestly love the execution of it, even when it gets kind of psychedelic and trippy, that was really cool. But it's like, but it gets to the point where it's like, how much of Gumball torture do I actually like seeing? Because yes, I understand this is done with purpose, and I understand the vision behind it, but how much do I want to see Gumball get run over? With snot dripping out of his nose. It's like, okay. It doesn't make, because straight up, this is great. I think this is a great episode. Where am I gonna put it? Yeah, we're gonna put it here. This is at the end of great. Because for a long time I had it in good. Because I'm like, it is good, but I don't like seeing as much Gumball torture stuff because it's not my vibe. But it's like, what bumps this up just enough to be great is the fact of like the message they're trying to do, and basically Gumball's characterization is like, yes, this is so cute. This puts Gumball in a great light after a lot of episodes where he's not really being perceived as the best type of person. But this kind of proves like he is still a good person. He is an extremely flawed individual, but he still cares in the end about those that are really important to him. And I fuck with that. So that's why it's great to me. Okay, next. The Sonder. I was excited for this one, like honestly, because I saw the concept and like, holy fuck. This is so cool. This concept is so cool. Like the idea of Sonder is like the inner lives of other people is just as complex and vivid as your own. Like, oh, that is so good. Like I love that word and I love that concept beforehand. But it's like them making a whole episode out of this like obscure concept. It's so good. Like someone had to do it. Someone definitely had to do it. And like it's more interesting than I like it's very much a diversion of expectations because they blatantly address like what you think is going to happen is not going to happen. And I'm like, interesting. I wonder, like, would I have preferred if they were more formulaic with it? I don't know. If we can have a world where we can have both versions of this episode, one where it's diversion from the normal to be ironic, and the other side is like play it straight as we've always done it. If we could have both versions, that would be awesome. But the fact that it's also like Gumball's, it's like another episode where it's like Gumball is the problem, and then Darwin's trying to make him see it in a different light, similar to the roast actually. But they go on the crowded bus, and Gumball is annoyed by like, oh, all these disgusting NPCs. It's like, okay, but it's like he doesn't care about other people. He just thinks them as annoying, and it's like I'm the only one that matters because I'm the main character. Of course, Gumball Watterson is the most main character that has ever main charactered. Okay, so this makes sense for him. But then Darwin's like, dude, you need to chill out. You have to realize that everyone is equally as important as you are, and you are not the only one with shit going on. Because he basically, to quote, you got butt slapped into a new dimension of thought, is basically when they enter the astral plane of, like, out of body experience where they're like, we will see this not to be true because this ended up being like a mass hallucination where they are like spirits floating around to different people on the bus, and they're like, it's basically the whole message of people turn out the way they do because of something from the past, and not everyone is how they seem. Like, it's basically, there's more going on in everyone's lives than you will ever realize, and you have to respect that. But of course, this proves to be bullshit because, as Sarah says, it's like you were just mumbling to yourself the whole time, and all of what you said was false. So we think you're a bunch of weirdos. And I'm like, interesting. Do I wish they took this a little bit more seriously? Maybe. But I still really like what they did. Because even getting very meta with it, where Gumball's like, is this like an episode where we do a bunch of segments and then learn a lesson in the end and sing a song about it? And then Darwin's like, do you want to get off this bus or not? And he's like, fine. It's like, that was probably the best way you could have executed a joke like that, like high key. And it's like the whole thing, it's like, the bus driver feels so stoic on the outside because he got his heart broken, or Sal left does crime to break his family out of prison, and all that. It's like, I feel like the setup, low key, like this whole idea is like we're led to believe this is reality for so long up until a certain point. We can't really detect the moment where the reality starts and the illusion stops. Is Smile and Friends Curse the Green Halloween Witch, which is my favorite episode of that show, where it's like the first time you see it, it's like you don't understand this is all fake until the moment where the illusion is broken, and you realize, oh, you're all insane. Actually, you're just muttering shit to yourself. And then when Gumball tries to, like, basically play his role in this episode where he attempts to sing a sappy song about, like everyone is special and everyone should have empathy or whatever the hell he was talking about. And then everyone's looking at him like, bruh, be so fucking for real. And it's like, this is the most Gumball has a god complex that I've seen in a while. Cause it's like, and even Darwin's like, he didn't get that one. It's like, what do you mean you learned empathy 10 minutes ago? It's like, that is peak Gumball has a god complex if he doesn't even understand empathy. It's like, oh. It's like, this is just a weird episode, and the choices they make are just so interesting. It's like, I wasn't expecting any of this, but I really rock with, like, all of this. Do I wish we could see, like, some kind of alternate version of this where they do take it seriously? I kind of do, because that would also be a great episode, but this is great as it is. I just think there is so much that can be done with this specific concept. You could probably make more episodes about it, like high key. Or like an episode where Gumball actually learns about empathy. Go figure. But yeah, I think this is great. But I'm gonna put it only a little bit lower down on the great tier simply because it's like there's a part of me that wonders, like, what this could have been something different, but I don't know. I must wonder. It's like, I'm not saying I'm unsatisfied by it because clearly I'm not. I just wonder if something could have been done a little bit differently. Could it have been a little better? Maybe. I like that this is how it is, because it is still very interesting. But, oh my god. This surprised me so hard. The Mister? Holy peak! Like, I'm not kidding. Holy peak. This is what the Saunders should have been. And I didn't think this episode was like what the Saunders should have been. This is the serious episode with the serious song, with the serious message. Oh, good lord, this is so good. Like, it's peak, obviously. Not better than the promposal, but it's peak. Because the mess, again, it's like, I think, I compare this to the wrinkle from season 1, which I also rated as peak. Because the message just hits so hard. Like, this episode hits me in a specific spot where it's like, oh my god. It's this whole thing of like, Idaho thinks he's a man now because he has a pimple. And he learns to be a man. But then he realizes how hard it is to be a man, or an adult, I must say. How hard it is to be an adult in this society, because everything just fucking sucks and everything is just made to be against you. Like, I must say, the commentary about, like, the job market and, like, the housing market, and Gumball crashing out, he's like, there's no way the world, this is unfair, how does this make any sense? Absolutely incredible. Like, that is the most honest thing I think they've ever said. I'm just like, oh my god, it's not pandering, it's not simplified, it's not patronized, and it doesn't look down on anybody. It's like, no, it actually just fucking sucks like this. Like, this is literally the reality of it. It's like, everywhere's hiring, but no one's hiring, and we want you to have experience, but there's no job that will give you their position without experience, so you're just fucked. And then, like, everything's so expensive, and it's like you can't afford anything because you don't have a job that pays enough that can make you afford to have a place to live, let alone all the bills that come along with it. I'm like, please. I know, I know, I know. And if that wasn't enough, the song, oh my god. The song made me so emotional. I'm not even kidding. It's like, adults are just learning like everybody else, and they're not smarter than kids, and we're all just fumbling our way through this world, doing the best we can because this place is just a mess. And I'm like, oh my god, you're so right. It just made me feel better. It's like, we don't see this sad enough in, like, animation, I feel like. It's like, it's always like the old tradition of like, adults know best, always listen to adults. Kids are dumb, or whatever. But it's like, we are all the same, because adults are just grown children, again, doing the best they can in this world. It's like, oh my god, we need to hear more of this. Like, this is so important. It's like, everyone needs to know this. It's like, we are all the same. We're not better than each other. This place sucks, but it's okay because nobody knows what they're doing. It's the whole concept of like, nobody really knows what they're doing, but that's fine. It's beautiful. It is, quite frankly, beautiful. Oh my god. That's all I can say about that. That it's like, this hits a nerve. This hits a fucking nerve to me, but it's in the best way possible. You know what this reminds me of, and why I think this makes me like it even more, is that it is like the mustache from season 1, you know? It's the same thing about like kids wanting to grow up fast, but then they realize that adulthood is not what it's cracked out to be. It's that done like 50 times better, because when I think I ranked the mustache as like kind of mid or whatever, because I didn't really care for the way it was, that concept was portrayed there, but the way it is portrayed in the Mister is just better. It's more refined. It's very much like, if we can take, this is the direct example of, let's take an old concept but adapt it to how we would write it today. It is the same thing. It's like, okay, we literally have the better version of that other episode, and I think that is great. So, peak, peak, peak. Next, we have the tracking. Again, it's fine. Like, it's not bad at all. It's really not. But it's just like, is it because it's a Richard episode? I feel like the Survivalist was the only other like Richard episode that like had him do anything important. But I just don't care really about this. Because it's like the whole thing of like, oh, Harold challenges Richard to a fitness competition. If not, he has to pay his bills for the month. So he convinces every other member of the family to wear his Fitbit, to wear his Fitbit to make it look like he did all the things that they did. But honestly, everybody fails at trying to make the Fitbit think they're doing a good job. So it's just like, let's break this shit. So it's like, I did so well. I broke the system. Hand over my prize. It's like, and the motivation to do this is like, we can't afford to pay his bills. We can't even pay our own. It's like, okay, that's great motivation, actually. It's like Nicole's anger issues make her blood pressure spike. Gumball can't do anything while being watched, which I don't know if we've explored that character trait about him, but you know what? I can see it. Okay, that's good. But you know, this is probably the most interesting part of this whole episode. Because I'm like, you just slid it in there, acting like I wouldn't notice. It's basically that Darwin is immortal. Like, why was that just a nugget of information that was just dropped? Because obviously the Fitbit can't read Darwin because he is not built. He's literally, this man is built different from everyone else because he doesn't have bones or blood. He's made out of love and hugs, and he's gonna live forever because his love will never end. It's like, what? Excuse me? Is bro immortal? It's like you can make a whole episode about this. Why did you just cookie crumb it? Tell me more about that, please. Tell me more about that because now I'm extremely interested in that concept. You know what? You definitely overthink this. Consider this. Darwin being immortal, pretty much. Because he literally exists off of love, which is never ending for him. And Carrie being like an ancient ghost. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did we just justify Carwin? I think we did. If that wasn't proof enough for some of y'all, there you go. It's like, oh, what if Darwin dies before she does? What if Darwin dies first and she's left heartbroken forever? Nah, bro's immortal too. They can be immortal together. How does he age? We're not gonna get into that because hopefully maybe they'll unpack this later. I'm like, Darwin's just casually immortal because he will live forever. Okay, okay, that's cool. But that's the only like interesting thing about this episode. Because I must say, the only other thing that's like notable is like when they reveal the buff Richard to Harold and Darwin and Anais were pulling back his skin. I'm thinking about there's like a Simpsons episode where they did the same thing, but it's like that's good. You know what they should have done to make this? I mean, it's not like this episode doesn't make sense because it does make sense. Why couldn't they have just done it in the diet where they just train him with food? I know that's literally doing the same plot right over again. So it's like, do we need this if we could do it like the diet? Because the diet is such a great episode because it does it in the way that made the most sense. Like Richard's food motivated. Food makes him work out so he gets strong, obviously. But the whole thing is making him so unhealthy that it breaks the tracker. It's just kind of like, okay. But there's another episode that does this concept better, if you kind of catch my drift. But it's fine. It's fine. But the pants. I've I've never been more confused about anything in this show than what the hell is going on. full disclosure, it took me like 4 watches to even understand what this was about. But maybe better worded, to come to terms what this is actually about. Because this is the weirdest shit I think I've seen in this show. Like, it's not bad. The thing is, this is not bad. In fact, I'm gonna put it right under the Sonder because it's like, it's in the same camp of like, this is so weird. The choices are weird, but it's like, I rock with it, honestly. Because the concept of Banana Joe wearing pants that breaks the universe, pretty much. Because Gumball simply can't wrap his head around the fact that Banana Joe would wear pants on top of his banana peel that he considers his clothes. It disrupts the balance of the status quo of Elmore, and then Gumball's like, we gotta stop this before this gets out of hand. It's not that. The thing is like, would Banana Joe just wear pants and be a dick about it? Probably. I mean, it's not really. Anything's on the table for what Banana Joe can reasonably do and have it make sense. And the thing is, like, his character basically revolves around butt and fart jokes, so having constant jokes about how his ass looks in the pants is okay to me. Like, it's not super weird. And then it literally breaks Gumball's brain that this is a thing. And then, it took me, like, a long time to, like, understand what this was. This episode is talking about the illusion of modesty. Like, actually. The social construct of what is considered decent. And I'm like, okay, we can do that. It's just, this is such a weird thing to, like, make an episode about. Like, objectively. It's like, hey kids, let's talk about, how, what is considered conservative looking and modest, and how that's a social construct that doesn't really make sense once you think about it. Alright, that's just weird. That is objectively a weird message. It, but I rock with it heavy because it's just different. It's like, I've literally never seen anything cover this topic. I don't know. But the whole thing of like his peel is his clothes, so him putting pants on top of his peel is like putting socks over his tights or whatever he said. But it's like, yeah. But then Banana Joe goes off on his monologue where he's like, well, how can you tell me that I look weird when all these other people don't conform to that type of thing? Because look at Carrie, she just wears a hair clip. Is she considered naked? Or what about Penny? She used to have a show, but now she doesn't. Is she naked because of that? Or like, how about this guy that just wears a shirt and no pants? Is that considered indecent? Just because it's the way they've always presented, is it bringing it up now in this context going to make somebody think differently and get more paranoid? Because the answer is yes, of course. Because basically, Banana Joe having this quote unquote epiphany in front of everybody makes everyone super self conscious about the way they exist. And are basically trying to unnaturally fit themselves to fit social conformity. This sounds like I'm going insane, but I swear this is literally what this episode is about. They try to adapt to the conformity that Banana Joe is putting forth, but then everyone quickly realizes this is just wrong for me. So Gumball's like, okay, so how can we make Banana Joe think that what he's doing is technically wrong? And to, like, basically reform the status quo. Show up to school butt-ass naked, everybody. Because it's like, it gets to a point. It's like, everyone is the way they is because that's the way they are. It's like, you shouldn't make everyone have to do the same thing just for them to be considered quote unquote decent. Because as soon as everyone goes to school naked, then Banana then realizes, because this is the moment when he realized, wait a minute, I could be thinking about this wrong, is when his parents come to school without their peels on and without their faces. And then Banana Joe doesn't recognize them because, like, wait, my dad has a mustache and you don't. But then when he realizes, fuck, once you take away the core characteristics about who someone is, are they that person anymore? And then he literally has a mind fuck, and then he's like, I was wrong. This is all wrong. I gotta take the pants off. And guess what? The social status is restored. And I'm like, this is so weird. This episode is so weird. But it's so good. It took me a hot minute to figure this out. But like I like this just for how weird it is. And having Banana Joe be like the main guy in all of this, it's like, why not? Let him have a moment with him being kind of snarky. Because I remember in season 1 he was kind of like that. Like I'm thinking in The Pressure he was kind of like that. It's like, okay, we can see Banana Joe being a dick. It's like enough of a thing that can be considered a consistent character trait of his instead of just like a writing error or a fluke. So yeah, that's cool. But this one joke that killed me. Darwin, what the fuck are you doing? Where Darwin's like, I hate to see him go, but I love to watch him leave. Oh, and I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. Enough of this shit. The thing is, this is probably one of the only episodes where I don't mind all the butt jokes they have in it because that's just stupid Banana Joe is. But Darwin didn't have to say that. It's like, would there something like to share with the class, Darwin? Anyway, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but I just think this is just cool and weird and kind of thought provoking. So I'm like, yeah. This is cool. Okay. Oh shit. You do not understand how terrified I was to watch the Necroprancer. I saw this on the screen and I was just like, oh no. Oh no. After being traumatized from the letter, I'm like, they're gonna make it fucking worse, aren't they? As if we couldn't get bad enough. So basically, anytime they decide to do a Carwin episode in this series, I'm gonna be scared because it's like, oh no. But you know what? They fixed it. I could cry. They fixed the letter with this fucking episode. It's big, obviously, because it made my dreams come true. But it's like, none of that matters now. None of that matters now. Because what I've unlovingly called the Carwin Ball polycule is no more. It's all over. The horrors are over. Darwin doesn't have to mouth kiss Gumball anymore. I'm losing my mind. But this healed me spectacularly because they got rid of the incest. And we can excuse the scene, the mandatory scene at the beginning where they have to show Carrie possessing Gumball's body to beat his ass and hang out with Darwin and shit. It's like, it is necessary for this episode to include that to make us understand why Gumball's like, actually, let's not fucking do that anymore. It's like, I understand that we need that. But the rest of this, where Gumball's like, okay, I'm sick of this shit. So, we're gonna get you a body carry, so you don't have to possess mine anymore. Okay? And then Darwin's like, oh my god, that's such a great idea. I would love for you to have your own body so we can exist normally. And then she's like, okay, sure. Because you know what's really, like, what I really like about this episode, actually? is that we have foreshadowing, okay? It's like Carrie is shown to be reluctant the entire time. But it is not until the very end where we understand why that is. Because it is not clear what she is against. All we know is that she doesn't want to have her own body. But why, you may ask? You may think, this should be a great opportunity for Carrie. So why would she be against it? It could be for any reason. And when I tell you my hands were shaking, I sound so dramatic, but I'm a very dramatic person. That my hands were shaking while I was watching this episode for the first time because I was wondering if they're like, I like possessing Gumball's body. I don't want to change that. I think it's cool. It's like, I fucking hope not. But they didn't. They didn't do that. She was like, I don't want to change myself for this. I like being myself. And I'm like, oh, thank God. This is probably the best way they could have done it. It's like, I don't want to change myself for you. I like being who I am. We can make this work otherwise, I promise you. And I'm like, oh, thank God, because I couldn't take any more of that shit. But I also think it was like the concept that they went to hell, okay? Because it's like, we have to go to the underworld to see the necroprancer to get you your own body. It's like, just say you went to hell, bro. That is what we're doing here. It's like, I love when characters go to hell, but it's not hell, but it's obviously hell. Great. Let's say, what also, like, makes this, like, a great Carwin episode, in my opinion, is they're just so cute. Like, Darwin is so cute towards Carrie. I'm thinking specifically where he's like, where's the quote? I wrote this down. Run, my love, I'll sacrifice myself. That is so cute. Because we got, like, Darwin is such a romantic. Like, he's such a lover boy. He loves everybody. He loves his girlfriend. Because the thing is, like, the reason why Darwin is so invested in Carrie is because he is so full of love already. We must remember that this man is just the embodiment of love. So of course he'll do everything for his girlfriend because he loves her so much. It's like, obviously. But they are so cute. And especially when he's about to die, okay? Because it's like the whole thing is like, you cannot lie to the necroprancer or you're going to be doomed to hell forever for lying to me. And then when Darwin's about to die and be trapped in hell, and he's like, where's the quote? I wrote it down. It's like, Darwin's like, I'm sorry, this is all my fault. I love you. As he's fucking shriveling up SpongeBob movie style. It's like, oh, that breaks my fucking heart. Oh, that's so cute. And it's not cute that he's dying, but it's cute that he do that, you know? And then Carrie's like, wait a minute. I confess, I lied. And then she admits her feelings, and then the necroprancer's like, oh, young love, how sweet, I'll let you free. And I'm like, that's so cute. That's so cute. But also Gumball is good in this episode too, because even though it's very much like this is a Carwin episode, obviously, but it's like Gumball is there, but he's not like doing nothing. He's like, I just want to help him help her. He's like, okay. But like, I found particularly funny when he's like confessing his worst sins. And it's just like him doing dumb shit like peeing in the shower, and he's just so genuinely regretful of it. Like, I'm sorry, I pee in the bath too. And then the part of it, like him catfishing Miss Simeon and pretending to be her sister is so it's like, that is such a Gumball thing to do, because he fully believes with his whole chest that he feel that these are such wrong things to do, as he's like confessing to like a guardian of the necroprancer's tomb, thinking that's what he wants to hear, and then the guard's just like, okay. It's like, it is so genuine, it is so Gumball, because he's still a goober. He still feels stuff like that. But even though I found it weird where Gumball's like, I pretend to be a baby to go in the joyful burger ball pit to relive the joys of my youth. I'm like, brother, you are 12. You have seen nothing yet. I found that was weird because it's like you're still a kid. I know you're not like a baby, but it's like even if you were a teenager, I would have like thought that would be fine. But you're 12, bro. You're still a kid. The joys of a youth. You're in the youth, my brother in Christ. But it was also funny how like the spell to like give Carrie her body was so specific. It's like so to tone. So I should have wrote it down as the quote. It's something like turn my ghost girlfriend into to give my ghost girlfriend a body so she doesn't have to make off my brother anymore. Some shit like that. Then Gumball's like, huh, that was pretty on the nose. And then there's the nose on the page, and it just cuts. It's like that was so stupid, but I just found that charming. But of course, the biggest pro of this episode is they fix this shit. But you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care that they fixed it with self-cest, okay? That's the least of my fucking problems. Isn't it weird that Carrie possesses Darwin so Darwin can make out with himself? But Gumball's like, this may be worse than being possessed. I'm like, I don't think so, bro. I really don't. I'll take this. It's kind of like you got two shit options, but it's like you choose the less stinky shit to pick. It's like that. It's like, you know what? Fine. I give up. We've already been on a fucking journey with this arc that it's like, you know what? Fine. As long as he's not kissing his brother anymore, I don't care what he does. Just get me out of here. So they better fucking keep that like continuity cuz you know what? This is making me lose my mind, but when Darwin is like we're soulmates to Carrie and then like the evil TV executives are like, "Oh, write that down. We'll use that in a movie." Don't fucking play with me. You better keep your word or I'm gonna be so upset. You cannot rage bait me like that. So you better write that into the movie script or I'm gonna be so upset. Imagine! The thought low key terrifies me, but it's like, oh my god, imagine if part of the movie, which I think is still coming out whenever, to have a Carwin subplot. Not the whole plot, but the subplot. Imagine that. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, imagine that. So you better not be fucking with me. And you know what? Just for that, for the sole reason that it fixed the damage that the letter inflicted upon us, it's getting peak just for that, okay? I'm not even sorry about it, it's just like, this is so important to me specifically. Because I'm like, you cannot mess this up for me. You cannot mess up years of character building for this bullshit. I won't allow it. But they fix it. So I'm also wondering, like, what was the point of this? Is also like, what is the point of the letter even further? Because this in the season right after they just like throw it all away. It's like this could have been avoidable. This whole fucking thing could have been avoidable. Oh my god. But you know what? We're grateful for what we have because it's just a great episode all around, and it's not like absolute top of like everything, but it's like this heals me very specifically, and I like that very much. So, God bless all of them. And last, but oh, certainly not least, holy shit. The rewrite. This was the most. This is the most anticipation I think I'll ever have for anything in my entire life. I am so dramatic. I'm so sorry. I knew this was coming. I knew damn well what this was gonna be. And it fucking delivered. Obviously, it's peak. Like, who do you think I am? Of course, it's peak. Do I like the prompt pose a little bit more? Yes, I do. But, this was worth waiting 7 years for. You do not. You do not understand how heartbroken I was in like 2019 that Gumball ended on the Inquisition, and I was like, oh my god, this is just how it is now, and I'm sad because I don't love the Inquisition. But then it comes back, and it's like, we're gonna write an episode specifically to amend the Inquisition. Not really to amend it, but like, what happens afterwards? Oh my god, the inner child is healed. Healed, I tell you, because dear god. But this episode answers the question of what the hell happened to Rob after the Inquisition? Because that's what everyone wanted to know. It's like the final shot of season 6 is him falling into the void. So when we see him running towards the awesome store guy in real life, and he's like, okay, boss. I'm like, what? So what they decided to do was have, I'm gonna call him Shady, like the awesome store guy. I'm gonna used to call him the awesome. I want to call him Slim Shady so bad, but I know I can't. I know I probably shouldn't. But Shady. Okay, we're gonna call him Shady. Shady saved Rob from falling into the void at the very last second, at the very after the credits cut in the Inquisition. Okay, he literally reaches down and pulls him out with like a hose type object, throws him in his van, and drives away. Oh, I could have never predicted that. Like Rob becoming Shady's apprentice and like being with him this whole time, and I think they kind of link up because of their past with the Universal Remote specifically. And I'm just like, when I tell you my jaw was dropped, I swear, because I'm like, this this makes sense. This totally makes sense. It's like Rob's story isn't over yet, but they've done it in a way that I don't think anyone would have really predicted. Because yes, we know he had some type of past with Shady, but it's like him being like the father figure to Rob, because obviously Rob doesn't have anybody, like that's his whole thing. So it's like he has the one person that he's been with this whole time, doing all types of shit. Like, where was he? Like, in the cheapness. I know that obviously that would have given away so much so early. But it's like, where was Rob when they hijacked the van? Because, anyway. But that being insane is not even the craziest thing. Is when Shady admits that this is a simulation. Because I wrote this down as a quote that Shady says their lives are nothing but fiction. And when Gumball realizes that they haven't had a birthday in 7 years, 7 years specifically, because that's when season 6 between when season 6 ended and this series started. So this is implied. Not it's like directly stated pretty much that anything after the Inquisition is not real. And I'm thinking, that's fucking nuts. Like, it means, like, what does this mean for this current continuity? Like, it's a mindfuck, and I really like that. It's like, once the boys realize basically, as he says it, the plot hole that he used to save Rob's life is what's gonna send Elmore into the void. It's basically Gumball and Darwin cannot find out the truth about this world, or else it'll break the fabric of the universe, and their entire world will be sucked into the void. And it's basically they dead. They died. They're pulled as they, because obviously it's very obvious that this entire universe takes place within a TV set. But it's like you're basically getting pulled off the air if you understand why and how the way that this world works. And I'm like, Absolutely incredible. I would have written it the same way, honestly. But it's like, that is crazy. And it gets even crazier because Shady has like his magic laptop where he's like, anything I type into the screenplay becomes real. And I'm like, of course we gotta have some type of universe bending device that's gonna make things worse. But what I found particularly interesting is kind of like the moral differences between Shady and Rob, because again, Rob is always portrayed to be the villain, but he's really not. Like, he's not a bad guy. He's just a deeply flawed individual. So when Shady is a very chaotic person, when he writes things in the screenplay that don't make sense to their world, and Rob's like, no, you can't do that. You have to write their story in a way that makes sense because you have to respect this world that we live in. And Shady clearly does not really. I mean, the thing is like, does Shady care about the way this world works? But he's also fiercely protective of the fact that this world cannot disintegrate. So it's like, is it desperation versus logic? Because I know desperation can make you do some crazy things, but it's like, Rob being the voice of reason against someone like higher than him, I suppose, is very interesting. It's kind of like making Rob feel smaller. Because Rob is always like the ominous force that's gonna destroy the world in one click of a button. But now we have someone else that actually. Does he hold more power than Rob? I think he does, because he has all that shit in his truck. His van, I'm sorry. But it's like, I didn't realize how well these characters worked together until I see it, and I'm like, that is incredible. And of course, Gumball and Darwin are put through the ringer, like trying to avoid getting killed, pretty much. Because it's kind of like, I'm wondering, it's like the way they can't find out how the world works. Is he just trying to kill them so so they will never figure it out? It seems like it's like, okay, Shady, I see what you're trying to do. But this was insane. But it's like, Rob is like, listen, let me do this. I know the only way that can fix all of this is if I sacrifice myself for them so the story plays out exactly the way it should. And I'm like, God damn it, Rob, please don't. And then Shady's like, wait, what are you doing? You're just gonna do this again? After everything we've been through, you're gonna sacrifice yourself for these people that don't really care about you, like, enough. In this world that has wronged you for so long, and you're still gonna throw yourself in the pit of fire once again for this world that chews you up and spits you out again. Is that what you're gonna do, Rob? And he's like, yes. Because I care about this world more than I care about myself. And I'm like, fucking hell. This feels like Gumball in the Promposal, okay? This is why that scene hits so hard for me, because that's exactly how I feel whenever I think about this. I'm like, oh my god. It's like, and then Rob, of course, writes the script where it's like he can play his part as the villain, and Gumball can play his part as the hero, where he can finally defeat him and throw him back into the void. Because of course that's Rob's ultimate sacrifice, is he's gonna throw himself back to the void so he can disappear for all the world's mistakes like he was always destined to be, okay? But this was a twist that I wasn't expecting, but I honestly love it. I love it so much. Where it's like they're about to carry out on their fight scene, but then the studio notes in the magic computer is like, he can't use a sword, that's too violent, or the copyright didn't approve of this music, or it's like they can't hit each other because that's too violent. And I'm like, and then Shady's like freaking out, like, wait, what are you doing? And then it's like, it just flops. It's like, obviously the plan fails because of the studio interference, which is makes it as meta as it should be, because this shit's already the most meta you can get. It's like, you know what, Why not add some more? It makes sense for this context. And what scared the shit out of me was the fake out ending, where like where Rob literally gets thrown back into the void, okay? And then Gumball and Darwin look down at him, and then they're like, wow, what a way to go. And they laugh about it. These motherfuckers laugh about this. And it cuts to black for like 5 seconds, where the audience is like fully convinced, like, oh, that's just how they're gonna end it. That's how they're gonna end it. But no. It gets even better. Because as Shady will later say, I added a post-credit scene where Shady takes him in his van back to the void and he sacrifices himself to take Rob's place in the void. Because it's basically the pass of the torch, where Shady's like, listen, I'm done, my work here is done, I want to retire, I want you to take this van with you, and to basically take my place, because as we see, he gives him a cloak, the cloak that he wore, to like make Rob the shadowy figure that he will turn out to be. He's like, Rob, take my place, go back into the world, because, quote, somebody will need to protect them when their show eventually gets pulled off the air. And I'm like, holy shit. And then it's like, because this is a peak Rob evolution. He's not the villain anymore. He's the protector. He's not the villain of this world. He is the protector of this world. And then Rob's like, what happens when it happens again? And he's like, just press this button, and he just fades away, and then he sends Rob back into the world to carry out his destiny or whatever, and I'm like, holy shit. Rob has achieved his final form as of now. Because we thought, like, his distorted version that we've been used to seeing him in was, like, his final form. No. He's got a further form, because now he's Shady Rob, I suppose. Where he's gonna... I'm gonna be so extremely interested to see how this, like, unfolds in the next 2 seasons. Because this is just delicious. This is some gourmet shit right here. This makes my heart so happy. It's like, I've waited so fucking long for something like this, and we got it. I could cry. This is so good. This was worth every single year I had to wait for this. It was worth it. This was worth it, and I wouldn't change this for the world. The only thing I would change about it is the butt quivering shit, because that was just gross, and we don't need it here. Because specifically, like, the POV of, like, Gumball shaking his ass as he's trying to find the source of the conflict, it's like, I could really do without that. But besides the butt jokes, this is healing on the spiritual level, and I am so, so happy that they wrote this episode correctly. They didn't fuck this up. It's surprising, definitely, but it makes sense, and it's just a beautiful continuation and evolution of Rob's arc, because Rob really deserves the best. I feel so bad for him. God bless him. Whew. That's all, folks. Oh my god, this shit's gotta at least be 3 hours long. I don't know. Because I went on a riot with this one. But as we can kind of see, that, very top heavy here. There's so many great episodes. That's the beautiful thing about this. There's so many great episodes. And the peak is peaking, okay? Like, we got some all-time greats up in here, and I really enjoy that. So, I guess for, like, my final thoughts on the season, and, like, the big question that actually took me a long time to, like, have a definite answer for this, but which season is better, 1 or 2? I had to think about it, because it's just a lot to think about. And I think season 2 is better, okay? I mean, we have eliminated a whole mid tier, so there's nothing that mid here, which is great. we have and we have so many like high ranking episodes. Because I must say, it's like the peaks are higher and the lows are higher, if you kind of know what I mean. Because yes, we had some absolute S tier episodes in season one. I don't. They didn't like we rewire my brain like even the top three here did. Like I love the entrance, I love the burger, I love the wrinkle, I love all those episodes. But it's like this is some different type of shit right here. And I think like the biggest thing that's make me like, okay, this is actually so much better, is that even the lowest of the lows aren't the same type of lows from season one. Because yes, do I not like all three of these episodes? Of course I do. But it's like they're not as bad as basically the distance in the letter. Like I don't dislike them as strongly as I do. The thing is I strongly dislike the unfollow and the labels, but it's not the same type of bad, if you kind of understand what I mean. It's not like there's no like incest jokes and destroying the entire canon for no fucking reason. Because, like, even with the mischaracterization of Sarah, it's not like they completely nuked her character, it's just they kind of framed her in a way I didn't prefer. It's like, it's not beyond repair, I suppose. It's just like, it's not as bad as that other stuff. Especially since we fixed said other stuff, and here it's like, yeah. I think they really stepped it up. Because there's a lot more that I like than what I don't like, and I think that is great. So, if you would please let me know what you think in the comments, that'd be awesome. If you don't torch me, please. This is my opinion. Nobody else's opinion but my own. I know it's not objectively true, but this is just how I feel. So yeah, tell me what you think below, and we have to brace ourselves for season 3 for whenever that's gonna come out, because oh boy, there is a lot to anticipate. So yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.